Shahzad sticking to his game plan. Good lines, good length. And you got a new man at the crease. That's exactly what you need to do. A couple of loose deliveries and maybe a boundary ball, and all the pressure goes away from the new man. So a little bit of worry on Heat Streak's face. They've been doing pretty well. Kabul's one on. And if they win today, they will make handsome gains on to making the Final Four. But if they lose, and I personally, I'm not plugging for any team, but I'd like the Kandahar Knights to actually get on the scoreboard, the points table. There's our century man from the earlier day, Hazrat. No runs today, was very sluggish and got out to a fantastic Yorker.
It's gone all the way. It's a maximum, a fog maximum, bringing up the 100 for Kabul. A free hit, really, the ball down the leg side, a full toss. End of the over, 13 gone, 103 for 4.
Looks like Sadiq is returning to complete his spell. 3 wonderful overs at the top of the innings. Now that's last ball, last innings. There we go. And yeah, Murgas, you mentioned a free hit for a 6, but the batsmen were actually looking for a freer hit. They were gesturing to the umpire saying, wasn't that above the waist height? Do we not get another free hit? Hey, you did very well with that. There we go again, saying what? It was dipping though. So, well spotted umpires. Jumps out.
Shahidullah, who got off the mark with that 6. For the Bandi Amir Dragons in the Spagiza League in Kabul in September of last year. Only Asghar Afghan with 250 runs scored more runs in the tournament.
Sorry, just draw your attention back to Karim Sadiq, who's done so well so far. If he can keep this one tight, we'll have to say it'll be a very special spell, and maybe Kandahar Knights are onto something far more rewarding with Wessels behind the stumps and Sadiq bowling his quota of offies. Yeah, and now gives one air. That's because Shahid's pretty new to the crease. He got away with it.
We've mentioned already how effective Karim Sadiq can be with the ball, and he's only emphasising that point with this spell. And ultimately, you'd have to say that him being used as keeper has been a little bit of a waste in the first couple of matches. They've needed to bring another keeper in, and Ricky Wessels has filled the role.
Oh, clever. Shahidullah gave him the charge, and we'll have to presume that Sadiq saw that, dropped it a little shorter, and Shahid had to check his shot. So Wessels, according to you, of course, does bring a lot of batting flavour as well, which is great for Kandahar Knights. And, of course, the keeping and the options, and Sadiq going in bowling now.
Yes, Ricky Wessels averages almost 30 with the bat in 2020 cricket. Plays his first-class cricket for Nottinghamshire, but he's also got a lot of subcontinental experience. He's played in Bangladesh, he's played in Sri Lanka, he's played in the PSL as well for Peshawar. So he knows what he's doing in these conditions. But he's also got a lot of
that might well go for a boundary. Big chase there, but he was far too wide as a cover sweeper. Might have actually done better, a dive at point. Wasn't to be. Last ball going for 4, 14 gone, 110 for 4. Big chase there, but he was far too wide as a cover sweeper. Might have actually done better, a dive at point. Wasn't to be. Last ball going for 4, 14 gone, 110 for 4. Big chase there, but far too wide as a cover sweeper. Might have actually wasn't to be.
6 overs to go. Here's the boundary off the last ball of the previous over. That's Karim Janat out on the boundary. Not able to cut that one off. And Shahadullah's come in and given his side a bit of momentum after the loss of that 4th wicket. 11 off just 6 balls. Mohammad Naveed is coming back into the attack. It's a change of ends for him. He started off today, his first 2 overs from the Sharjah club end, now from the pavilion end, our commentary box end, here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium.
And Marcus, both of us have been saying that this was a welcome start for Kandahar Knights, because he was right on target. Good lengths, good lines. And here too, the length not short enough for the big pull, nor of course long or full enough for Murray Evans to get underneath it. A clever bowler, good addition to the team, as he was always there, but bowled very well. And a little bit of concern still on Kabul's one-arm team, because they're behind the 8 ball right now. The team, what's their run rate? 7.84 or so. We know that might get them to 160. Of course, let's not forget that there can be crazy acceleration in the death overs that's coming up soon. Their run rate 7.84 or so. We know that might get them to 160.
Left-handed Shahidullah on strike.
Let's not forget that there can be crazy acceleration in the death overs.
A change of pace from Mohammad Naveed. I have a chuckle that he's in the side today, because left-handed Shahidullah on the first match that Kandahar played was of course against Nangarhar, and there was a local journalist who turned up, who I know very well, who turned up at the ground simply on the basis to cover the match if Mohammad Naveed played. And of course he's missed out on the first 2. I'll just have to go and have a look in the press box after we finish this commentary stint to see if that particular journalist has made an appearance today.
Well, you obviously know something about Mohammad Naveed that we don't. Big star, perhaps in the making. Bowled well today though. Short one. Just for a change, lucky to get away with it. Shahidullah looking to go big. Big star, perhaps in the making. So once again, a quick estimate here. 112 for 4, about 5 overs or so to go. Let's give them 50, that's 162. I'm guessing 170, 75, and even though we've seen lots of totals in the 180s, 200s as well, I think that might be too much for Kandahar Knights on this. They come up with a very special batting display today. Remember, they have chosen to chase in the 180s, 200s as well. I think that might be too much for Kandahar Knights on this. They come up with a very special again, right on target, Mohammad Naveed. Well bowled. Remember, they have chosen to chase.
You remember in their first game, they managed batting first, 139 for 9, and Nangarhar knocked that off pretty comfortably. And in their second game, they couldn't chase Balk's 165 for 6. So batting is an issue for them at the moment. They have struggled in their 2 outings thus far. But, well, you have to say, on the plus side of the ledger, this has really been a very disciplined bowling performance so far.
Yeah, without question. A very good performance in the field, barring a catch or 2 that was missed earlier on. But really, it's up to Baz and maybe Sterling to begin well, which will be half the job done when they chase. Again, very cleverly bowled. Shahidullah giving the charge and having to adjust. But really, it's up to Baz and maybe Sterling to begin well, which will be half the job.
Mohammad Naveed will know a lot of these Afghanistan players, having been a mainstay in the UAE side, of course. Afghanistan and the UAE, they've been very much at each other's throats for the last few years in what was associate cricket, of course, and for Afghanistan now they've stepped up to the next level, having made their test debut earlier this year against India in Bengaluru.
They need to get rid of Evans and Rashid quickly. Not to be down leg, that's going to be another fog maximum. Well, a bad delivery to end a very good over. It's 118 for 4, 15 gone. Down leg, that's going to be another fog maximum. That delivery to end a very good over. It's 118 for 4, 15 gone. Down leg, that's going to be another fog maximum. Very good over. 118 for 4.
118 for 4. 5 overs remaining. Laurie Evans, 2,000 T20 runs for him. So a great milestone achieved here in Sharjah. 24 of 16. And he's looking good. They're going to need him to bat all the way to the end, try and find the boundary for them to get a good score here. Last ball of the last over. I have to say, not a great delivery. Full toss on the leg stump with your fine leg up in the circle. You're asking for trouble. Yeah, a flick of the hair. He knows that's not a great end to the over. Last ball of the last over. Rightio then. Shahidullah 13, Laurie Evans 24. With your fine leg up in the circle, you're asking for trouble. In the last 30 balls, they've only scored 40 runs. Have Kabul lost the 1 wicket as well. They're going to need to up the scoring rate now. Nothing you can do about that. Top delivery. They have to be on the money in these last few overs. The Kandahar Knights bowlers, Yorkers such as that, change of pace, making sure they're concentrating every delivery. Something that the man alongside me, Hamid Hassan, used to do on a regular basis. Or did you?
Oh, definitely I have to bowl here. Only Yorkers in change of pace. If I was a bowler, I do not give any width. A batsman like Laurie Evans and Shahidullah, he can hit hard. Oh, definitely down the wicket for 1 runs. Shahidullah, he's a capable batsman, he can hit. He used to opener in domestic cricket and under 19, but right now it's franchise cricket. You have to go with the captain decisions, and now he's batting number 6, so he's doing so well. This is the man, Laurie Evans, man in form. 2,000 runs in just 97 matches. What a strike rate, 131. 15 50s, best 96 runs. This is the man, Laurie Evans.
Yeah, he'd like to get to that 3-figure mark, the holy grail in T20 cricket.
97 matches. What a strike rate, 131.
Where he bats, though, in the middle order, you have to go some to get 100. It's normally the place for number 1, 2 and 3. That's where the hundreds are scored, because you just run out of balls. If you bat any lower down, you're having to play little cameos. He bats, though, in the middle order, you have to go some to get 100. It's normally the place for
I have to say this is very brilliant bowling from Kandahar. Wicket like this, 120 runs, over number 16. But they will be looking only 1 wicket, the wicket of Laurie Evans. After that is only Rashid Arman. If they get a wicket of him, maybe they can restrict him 100 before 160 runs. If he is in the crease, then he's unstoppable in last 4 overs. After that is only Rashid Arman. If they get a wicket of him,
that's up in the air. Has he got enough on it? Just Spaghiza, fog maximum. It doesn't have to clear by a long way all the time. A 6 is a 6 and a much needed boundary at this juncture in the game.
Wonderful.
Spaghiza, fog maximum. A beast of a blow from Shahidullah. Suddenly, this over has turned into a brilliant one. After 3 balls, it wasn't looking so good. Even you, Hamid Hassan, was saying, great over. He's got the ball in the right area. How things can change. Suddenly, it's gone for 14, and there's still a ball remaining. This over has turned into a brilliant one. After 3 balls,
in this stage, you cannot give a width to the batsman. Like, he's well set right now. Shahidullah, he's aggressive, and he can hit you. And Kareem Jannat last 2 delivery was just disappear for the boundaries. Look for another one down the ground. They're looking for 2 runs. It's only 1 runs. 133 for 4 after 16 overs. Last 2 delivery was just disappear for the boundaries. Look for another one down the ground. Looking for 2 runs. It's only 1 run. 133 for 4 after 16 overs.
Kareem Sadiq done a terrific job. 4 overs done for 23, opening the bowling, under 6 to the over. And Naveed as well. He's still got an over remaining. He's taken a wicket. Shazad, 2 wickets for him. He still has an over remaining as well. Sadiq. And then Hatak and Jannat. Just a little on the expensive side, going at just under 12 to the over. So a few options at the end here. Be interesting to see what transpires and how it all stacks up for the Kandahar Knights and what Ashgar Afghan does. As far as utilising his bowlers are concerned, it's always dangerous to bowl spin in these death overs. I always maintain that. He's got his work cut out here now, Hotak. 3 overs for 25. He knows full well that they're going to be targeting the boundary, particularly the left-hander Shahidullah. 27 or 14. He's got to make sure he doesn't allow him to get underneath it. He's going to be swinging with the spin to the shorter boundary. Tough job here for Hotak.
Yeah, it will be a tough tussle for both, for Hotak and for Shahidullah. They're looking for a boundaries, Shahid and Hamza have to do something best and different for his bowling side.
Well, the ball's come back on the field. A friendly pedestrian has picked it up by the bank across the street and tossed it back. Thank you very much, sir. So that means we'll have the original ball back to play with. That's Shahidullah, his 27 so far. Those were 2 big blows. The last one, a mighty one onto the road. Thank you very much, sir. There we go, gets away with it. First ball, leading edge, just be a single. Now then, Laurie Evans will be on strike. He's been a spectator for the last few balls or so. He's going to make sure that he tries to take full toll of this over. Interesting to see where he tries to hit him, where he's going to target. Is he going to go against the spin, try and hit him on the leg side, or is he going to try and hit him straight down the ground or with the spin through the offside? 12 and over gets them to 179, the 180 mark. I think that's critical that they get there. That, for me, on this particular surface, is par, maybe just above par. They've got to make sure that they really have a good back end here.
Yeah, that's right. The speciality of Evans, he hit the ball right in the line. That's what I'm talking about. He's not playing any cross shot, and there's not much spin in the surface if you see it. Yeah, that's right. It's just wait for the bad delivery and stand and deliver, and he's in such a good form. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Hotak's going to be giving it much air. He's going to be firing it in that back of a length or trying to get it up in the block hole. You don't want to be floating it up too many times. Well, there again, just not bouncing. Bottom of the bat, think about 2, just a single. So, really good over this so far from Hotak. I think the batsman may be just coming down the pitch a little earlier, and it allows him to drag his length back and fire it in. Just got to time your running down of the wicket as a batsman. You don't want to be going too early because you give your hand away.
Hotak is a very clever bowler, and he's a regular bowler for Afghanistan national side, especially in T20 cricket. And he got a lot of skills and very mental prepare. And he know what he have to do right now. He don't want to take any chance of bad delivery. If you do a bad delivery, it will be disappear. A lot of skills.
Just the 4 off the over, 4 singles.
He know what he have to do right now.
This time he stays still, Shahidullah. Chipped
Another
into
good
the gap.
delivery.
But it's just the single. Just the 4 off the over. Really good stuff this from Hotak. You mentioned, Hamid, that he's a regular bowler. He's a regular bowler under pressure in international cricket. So he knows exactly what's required here, and he's doing a sterling job.
All the time. He's a bowler. He can bowl first over of innings and also last one. Oh, this is a massive, big one from Evans. Maximum Fox Pagiza, 144 for 4 after 17 over. Oh, this is a massive, big one from Evans. Maximum Fox Pagiza, 144 for 4 after 17 over. Oh, this is a massive, big one from Evans. Maximum Fox Pagiza, 144 for 4 after 17 over.
Well, young and old in attendance here today, all enjoying the atmosphere, music pumping, and well, that's been pumped down the ground by Laurie Evans. It's been such a feature of his stroke play. Young and old, his ability to keep the bat perpendicular, come nice and straight down the line, doesn't play across the line, presents the full face, and that went to Country Mile. Excellent strike, and they needed it to finish off an over that was going the way of the Kandahar Knights. 5 singles and then the boundary, and ended up going for 11. So they're back on track. 144 for 4. 3 overs remaining. Mohammad Naveed into the attack. 3 overs, 1 for 22 thus far. Really good effort. But he knows they're coming hard now. And they're going to be looking for a boundary nearly every delivery. So he's got to be spot on. He's got to be clear in his thinking and what he wants to do. And what they've talked about as a team of how they need to go about bowling in these last few overs. Very, very difficult task.
Final crucial 3 overs. Oh, what a shot. They're looking for 2. Just only 1 runs. UAE pacer Mohammad Naveed. He's doing so well. Got 1 wicket, 22 runs. Oh, what a shot.
Got there so quickly, Brendan McCullum. That's what prevented them from running through for 2. Any other field, I reckon they would have turned and gone. But because it was him, and because he's so quick across the ground, they decided that they wouldn't go through, even though there was a misfield.
Such an athlete he is, Superman, always in the game.
Because he's so quick across the ground, he needs some runs. He'll have his chance a little later. For now, he'll be focused on trying to finish out these overs and make sure that he takes any opportunity that comes to him. Laurie Evans on strike. It's clubbed down the ground. McCullum again will be in the action. Such an important position at this stage of the game. Long off, long on. That's where a majority of the balls go. So you've got to have your best fielders in those positions. Your more indifferent fielders, you'll have catching, and that's it. Or on the edge of the circle, it's short fine leg, short third man. But, your better athletes will be boundary riders at this stage of the innings.
Yeah, that's right. He got 4 fielders in circle, and the crucial areas are almost covered, but Naveed have to bowl with 9 in length, and he don't want to give any width in room to free his arms. That's a wonderful shot. Just only 1 runs. Clever from Naveed. He's not giving any room to the batsman to hit the ball and free his arms to hit a 6 or a maximum 4 runs.
50 partnership up, 29 deliveries it's taken, and you would expect that sort of pace of things at this stage of the game. They really are going great guns and trying to get a move on here. Strike rate of 172, 34 and 32 the contributions respectively. So pretty even Stevens from both these two. They really are going great guns. Oh, there's the slower ball. I'm not sure that was the right option. He needed to be bowling the Yorker. It's gone for a bog maximum. That just sat up and said, hit me please, and Laurie Evans doesn't need a second invitation.
You cannot bowl to Laurie Evans here. He can hit you easy, and he delivered it with a style. What a 6 from Laurie Evans. He's showing his skills and his power. Stand and deliver. Maximum for Shpagiza.
Oh, he's doing so well. Naveed thought he had his game plan spot on, just run and bowl Yorkers. Get it as full and straight as possible, and he's tried to bowl the variation, try to mix it up, and pay the ultimate price. There we go, back to bowling the Yorkers, and really well executed. I just think, unless you've got a really good slower ball that's hard to pick, or that slower ball bouncer, if you're just going to run up and bowl an off-cutter, I think you're asking for trouble on the surface.
He bowled a slower one, but he picked it so quickly, Laurie Evans. This is the ball that we are talking about, a Yorker. He can save himself, otherwise he's ready to hit. And he's now almost taking his team to closer to almost 180 if he is still batting till 20th over. He can save himself, otherwise. And Shahidullah Kamal is also looking so good. And let's see what he got for the last delivery. But Asghar will be desperately looking for a wicket right now. And after that is Rashid Khan. He is in such a good form too. Such a big lineup they have. Plenty of batsmen in their sides. Kabul Zonan. Desperately looking for a wicket right now. And after that is
it's flayed down the ground. Will just be a single. So decent over apart from the 1 blemish from Naveed. End of the over, 2 remaining, 155 for 4. Flayed down the ground. Will just be a single. Decent over apart from the 1 blemish. Naveed, end of the over, 2 remaining, 155 for 4. That's what's in store for Kabul when they come out to bowl, but more importantly, what's stacking up so far as their batting. Rashid, definitely an all-rounder. We've seen great innings from him in the tournament thus far. He'll be a next, and he can hit it a long way. Wayne Parnell as well, no slouch with the bat. There's 2 overs remaining, 155. Definitely an all-rounder. We're looking with wickets in hand and in batsmen. Anything's possible in these last couple of overs. And I think the aim with any side on a good wicket would be around about that 30-run mark. And if they do that, they'll be up at 185. But I think minimum, we need to be at 180. Syed Shahzad, 3 overs, 2 for 28. Been a bit on the expensive side, but got 2 important wickets as well.
Final 2 overs left, and bowler is Syed Shahzad. He's a bit expensive. And you have to bowl very smart right now, because these 2 batsmen are very well set. Final 2 overs left. We'll be looking for another 25 or 30 runs to get the score closer. It's a beautiful delivery through the gate. Ball them.
Yeah, change of pace, slower ball. He's through the shot far too early. And he pays the price, this Shahidullah. He's made a good hand though, make no mistake. 33 of 21 deliveries. But the head was up in the air. He was trying to hit it back to Dubai, this particular delivery. And he just hasn't picked it. It is through the shot way too early. Cannons into the stumps, always a pleasant sight for a fast bowler when the middle. And he just hasn't picked it. It is through the shot. It's a pleasant sight for a fast bowler when the middle stump goes over. It's a wicket at a crucial time for the Kandahar Knights. Mutual recognition from both parties. Shahidullah. Makes the long trek back to the pavilion. Gone for 33, 155. Radio, Rashid Khan, the captain. 5 for 5 into the attack. He's been working on his batting. He's backing his batting these days. #1 all-rounder in cricket, in world cricket. So he feels that he needs to contribute more with Willow in hand. We all know what he can do when he has that piece of leather in hand. But he reckons that he's still got much to contribute at the back end of innings like this. And we've seen in the tournament thus far, he can hit it and can hit it a long way.
Yeah, such a talent for Afghanistan, and that's the beauty of Syed Shahzad. The strength he got is a slower deliveries, and it's very difficult to pick. And he's doing so well.
Radio,
3 wickets so far. This is the first one. Second one, Javed Ahmadi. Slower one again. This is again slower one, Shahidullah.
Yeah, big wickets. Important batsman and the opposition side. It's always a sign of a bowler worth his salt in the side is when you can dismiss the gun batters from the opposition. But it proves my point as well, is that if you've got a good slower ball, then use it. It's a huge weapon, but if it's average, you're going to go. And if you can mix it up with no discernible change in action with a quicker one, a quicker Yorker, makes it very difficult. Just ill-directed on that occasion. The thinking was right to get it up there full. It was just too much width. And, well, costly will the extra delivery be? We see so many times that extra delivery big wickets get taken for the full price. What will happen on this occasion? Just outside the guideline given to the umpires, and fair call in the end.
I tell you what, you cannot even bowl to Rashid here, because he can hit the ball over to the point for the 6 runs. He has very good reach, and he tried to hit it. It's very clever from Syed Shahzad. Again, slower delivery.
Yeah, he's loving it out there. He knows he's got a good slower ball, and he knows that it's a huge weapon, and he's using it to great effect at the moment.
The thing is, he bowls the slower one. When he's bowling slower one, it's capping very low. It's very difficult to hit, like for cover or pull it. He's using his variations very well, very smart from Syed Shahzad. He got 3 deliveries, just got only 1 run. It was wide only. Rashid Khan tried to swing it hard. Another good delivery from Syed Shahzad, just 1 run.
What an over this is. He knows he's got a good slow. You would expect at this stage of the game the ball to be disappearing to all parts of the field, but tell you what, He's bowled an absolutely
slower when he's
superb
bowling slow one.
over, just the 2 runs from it.
Capping very low.
And the
It's very
batsman all at
difficult
sea,
to
not
hit,
able
like
to
for
make
Tawar
the
or
requisite
Guled.
contact. He's tried hard in this over so far, Rashid Khan. Well, that's the best he's been able to do. And so it's left to Laurie Evans to try and salvage something from the over.
Rashid Khan.
Just the 2 balls remaining. Can he find the boundary?
Good delivery from Syed Shirzad, just 1 run. If he didn't give any boundary, it will be a turning over for the innings for Kandahar. No, Laurie Evans, you beauty, what a beautiful shot. Another maximum for Shbagiza, true mid-wicket.
Yeah, that's exactly what the doctor ordered from a Kabul perspective. Laurie Evans taking strike and finding the boundary straight away. Just stood still again. Just hit it nicely through the ball. Nothing unorthodox, nothing special. Good balance, good head position, and a lot of timing and strength as well. Excellent hitting skills. And well, he moves to 47 now of 24 deliveries. 1 blow away from another half century for Laurie Evans.
This man is a fiery player. Back-to-back 50s, and now he's on 47. Syed Shirzad, what will he thinking? A Yorker or slower one? Oh, what a ball from Syed Shirzad. 163 for 5 after 19 overs.
Just stood still again. Just hit it nicely through the ball. Nothing unorthodox, nothing special. Good balance, good head position, and a lot of timing and strength as well. Excellent hitting skills. One blow away from another half century for Laurie Evans.
Now he's on 47. What a ball from this. 163 for 5 after 19 overs.
163 for 5, 1 over remaining. Laurie Evans, no surprises that he's in the runs of the game. 47 he got, and he's still unbeaten, still 1 over left for him to try and do some damage, but it'll be Rashid Khan that will take strike. First up in this last over, Karim Jannat, 1 for 35 thus far, will be entrusted by Ashgar Afghan to bowl this last over.
Crucial over for Karim Jannat. Rashid Khan will be a striker. What a delivery. As I talk to you, there's bowlers, they haven't bowled a Yorker because this is the only wicket. You have to bowl Yorker or you have to get a good slower one. Otherwise, the ball will be disappear. Very small boundaries and very difficult to save it. So you have to practice and focus on Yorker deliveries, especially in the death overs. In the over, Shirzad ball, 5 change of paces, and he got successful. Only 1 ball with the pace, he went for the boundary.
Oh, what a catch! What a catch that is!
Syed Shirzad, you beauty.
Excellent stuff. I tell you what, I thought it was gone for Maxim. I thought it was over the boundary. And he's judged it perfectly. It came right off the bottom of the bat. But I tell you what, this is an excellent effort in the outfield. There it is, going, and I thought, surely that's gone over the boundary, and he's judged it to perfection, just inside the ropes. What an effort that is. Bowled a great penultimate over, and now he's pulled off a stunning catch to end the innings of Rashid Khan. Gone for 1, 163 for 6 now. Oh, what a catch! What a catch that is! Came right off the bottom of the bat. But I tell you what, this is an excellent effort in the outfield. There it is, going, and I thought, surely that's gone over the boundary, and he's judged it to perfection, just inside the ropes. What an effort that is. Bowled a great penultimate over, and now that's smashed down the ground. Middle will come across and make the save, but he'll be able to come through for 2, and more importantly, Laurie Evans will retain the strike. Muslim Musa, the new man to the crease, replacing Rashid Khan. Laurie Evans just needs to make sure he tries to hog these remaining deliveries. 1 away from a half century. Another brilliant innings from him, but he'll want to finish strong here. He'll want to find the boundary another couple of times at least.
It's a good save from captain. First time I'm seeing him as a long on as a fielder. Oh, that's a quick run. Oh, everything happens. Well played, Laurie Evans. Another 50.
Yeah, top innings, really good innings. 51 of just 27 deliveries. Strike rate of just under 200, just what the doctor ordered for the Kabuls. One in came in at a tricky time and has managed to get them to a very respectable total. He's not finished yet. He's still got 2 deliveries remaining. Muslim Musa had no option here. He needed to come back. I'll tell you what, he was a long way out. The throw being a better one, the gather being a better one. He just didn't realize he had more time.
You got a lot of time, Kareem. You have to see it and then throw it. Asghar Afghan is getting out from this ground. I think he got a little bit niggle or injury something.
Top innings, really good innings. Or he just wants to be first to the dinner table.
Maybe.
Rightio, 2 balls remaining. Just the 4 dot balls in his innings so far. It's been exemplary the way he's gone about his business, Laurie Evans, and he's done a terrific job in the tournament thus far as well. Have a look at those. 79 not out, 64 and 51 here today.
Oh,
how good is that?
Beauty, Kareem. What a delivery. That's the ball I'm talking about, and you have to ball here, and especially in death overs. What a wonderful comeback from Kandahar. Last 3-4 overs, we was expecting the score will be like above 180 or something. But right now, what's 67? It's only 1 ball left.
Terrific last over. 2 balls remaining. Just the 4 runs from it. So far. That's exactly what Kandahar would have hoped for these last couple of overs. Shahzad bowled a beautiful penultimate over, and this is turning out to be a spectacular last over from Janat as well.
Shot! Over to point region for another maximum for Shpagiza.
That's onto the road. Just as I was saying, this was a spectacular last over. It's a spectacular finish to the innings from Laurie Evans. And you wouldn't expect anything less. 57 he ends up with just 29 deliveries and gets the Kabuls one on up to 173 for 6 in their allotted 20 overs. It looked like it might be a lot less than that in the first 6 overs, and then they fell away a bit in the middle overs, but Laurie Evans came to the crease and he's managed to deliver yet again. Excellent innings.
Shot!
And what about this for a shot off the last delivery? Clears the front leg, and he knew straight away that it'd come right out the middle of the bat. He missed his length to Janat. He had been exemplary all over in how to bowl a last over. Yorkers, slower balls, and that was length, it was width, and he flayed it over the pavilion roof and onto the road. As mentioned, it was a rather sedate start from Hazratullah and Ronki. Ingram perished as well. Javed Ahmadi, he added some impetus to the innings, 39 of 21. But it was really the Laurie Evans show. He had able support from Shahidullah. That partnership was the one that enabled them to get to this competitive total of 173 for 6. So just the 5 bowlers used by Asghar Afghan, and 3 wickets for Shahzad. Bowled really well at the death, 3 for 36. 2 also for Janat, but a little bit on the expensive side. Rightio, let's go downstairs to Brian Murgatroyd.
Delighted to say that we've got Mohammed Naveed with us. Naveed, your first game of the tournament as well. You've had to be patient. You must be pleased to get into the side.
Yeah, I am ready in the, because my feeling same like my debut is today. Then aggressive and calm.
Now, you know these conditions very well indeed. You've played a lot of cricket here in the UAE. Is this a decent total to chase, or where do you regard it?
Yeah, this is my home ground. His condition is very good, suitable in the batting. Is good is chase. It's not too much difference. It's good is chase. Easy.
And you got rid of the big fish today, Hazratullah. That must have given you a lot of pleasure.
Yeah, already I am playing lefty batsman. It's not his, the tension is okay, his ball only wicket to wicket. And I have, his experience then bowling is Yorker and everything. This is why not pressure. His last game 100. I am very calm.
Well done for the way you bowled today, and best of luck for the rest of the game.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Total to chase or back upstairs now?
Thanks, Brian.
This is my homegrown.
Yeah,
It's
very elated young man. Happy to just be out in the park and playing. Those are the partnerships in this particular game. 58 of 33, the one between Shahidullah and Evans, the pick of them, and the one 45 of 27 between Amadi and Ronki, the other contributing factor into the score of 173 for 6.
I have, his experience when bowling.
Well, the sun is setting here in Sharjah. The lights are on. They're doing some preparation to the wicket, and it should be a very, very exciting run chase. Just a reminder, the Kandahar Knights are going to need 174 of their 20 overs at 8.7 to the over. Don't go too far away. We'll be back just after the short break. Those are the 58 or 33, the one between Shahidullah and Evans, the pick of them, and the one 45 of 27 between Amadi and Ronki, the other contributing factor into the score of 173 for 6.
I have, his experience when bowling.
Well, the sun is setting here in Sharjah. The lights are on. They're doing some preparation to the wicket, and it should be a very, very exciting run chase. Just a reminder, the Kandahar Knights are going to need 174 of their 20 overs at 8.7 to the over. Don't go too far away. We'll be back just after the short break. Those are the particular game, 58 or 33, the one between Shahidullah and Evans, the pick of them, and the one 45 of 27 between Amadi and Ronki, the other contributing factor into the score of 173 for 6. Well, the sun is setting here in Sharjah. The lights are on. They're doing some preparation to the wicket. Should be a very, very exciting run chase. 174 of their 20 overs, 8.7 to the over. Don't go too far away. We'll be back just after the short.
Thanks for joining us for the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League powered by FOG. This is what happened earlier on. 4 consecutive days of double headers. We're only halfway through the first day. Hazratullah 124 from 55, and then unfortunately couldn't keep that up at all. Done in by a brilliant Yorker. And a few more runs, of course. But not quite quickly enough at the top. And then Ingram went straight at cover point. Plenty of runs on offer thereafter, but I will have to say a pretty disciplined bowling performance by Kandahar Knights. I'm Charu Sharma. I've got Ajay Mehra with me. Ajay,
thanks for joining
I'm not so sure about what your thoughts are of the total. I think they've got 15 more. Oh, that was a very expensive spill earlier on by Shahzad, who took a good catch right towards the end of the innings. as this one was very well taken by Brendan McCullum, diving to his left.
Yeah, it was a mixed bag, Charu, you rightly mentioned, because some drop chances, some are very good catches, but in the end, it was Laurie Evans' good form that really got them through, because he really played well. Wickets were tumbling at the other end, some stars, but really also great bowling the latter half of the innings, and that really helped the Kabul side. Runs were coming, tried their best, bowling was in deliveries at times, but the process, some lovely hitting as well, some lovely strikes. Laurie Evans was absolutely brilliant, continuous good work. He's been the man in form. This was again a slow delivery, trying to it was a mixed bag side. Laurie Evans, what a finish, getting another half century in this edition.
Yeah, that was the final shot. Went for another fog. Oh, that was a catch. Beg your pardon, earlier on. Well taken. And that was the final shot. Pretty similar, wasn't it? We went for a fog Shpagiza. And end of it all, they got 173, just 3 extra. So I will say once again, it was a pretty disciplined bowling effort by all things considered by the Kandahar Knights, but they gave it away to another fabulous 50 by Laurie Evans. He has been in superb form, and I think his team will thank him for that. Even Rashid today coming in a little late, unable to get on with it. Didn't have too much time. But I wonder what Kabul's one on, think of the 174. According to all indications, it's going to be pretty rough for Kandahar Knights, because they've not been among the runs. But today I thought Sadiq, particularly bowling right at the top of the innings when there were only 2 men outside, did very well. Got no wickets, but none for 23 and 4. Good bowling effort.
Yeah, you're right, and I think Shahzad as well, because 3 wickets for him. Those are crucial 3 wickets. They caught me also around 9. He dropped a few chances in the field, but overall his bowling was pretty good. And yes, I think a lot will depend on Rashid Khan, the way he bowls here. He's mentioning all the wickets to fall. This was the first 2 goals just playing in the hands there. And then soft dismissal once again, just coming out of the crease. A few slow deliveries also held. And they were losing wickets at the other end. Shahzad was absolutely brilliant. He's in a huddle. Rashid Khan is having a word with his boys. Wayne Farrell himself, they really have to deliver. Don't have too many runs in the kitty, because this wicket, Charu, looks to be a wicket which is full of runs, 190, 200. So probably 50, 20 runs. But Kabul know they have the bowling attack, especially this man, Rashid Khan.
Oh, he has been terrific with the ball. And of course, as a bonus, he's got plenty of runs with the bat too. But he has given nothing away. Hasn't really been among the big wickets, but he's given very little away. So we'll see whether the opening partnership of Kandahar Knights can take them to where they need to. Paul Sterling, Mylan, and we think Brendan McCullum, who of course is one of the finest short form batsmen in the world, they need to power it along for Kandahar Knights today. I expect at least 70 to 80 in quick time from them, and that will then set the tone for the Kandahar Knights chase. Otherwise, I'm afraid 174 may be a little more than, on evidence so far, than Kandahar Knights may be able to handle.
Yeah, you're right, because Brendan McCullum, of course, he will be coming later on, not opening the innings with Paul Sterling. Normally he's opened the innings along with him. They change the batting lineup.
Kandahar Knights can take them to where they need
CEO of the Afghanistan Cricket Board, Mr. Stanek Zai, just watching the proceedings as well, having a very close eye on the right of the frame, blue t-shirt.
At least 70 to 80 in quick time from them. On the left, the advisor to the Afghanistan Cricket Board chairman. Otherwise, I'm afraid. Can you imagine the joy? They're not reflecting it in their demeanor, but can you imagine the joy of all those connected with Afghanistan cricket? They finally have their own Premier League. It's right here in Sharjah for the moment, but of course they're all used to playing here. A lot of the Afghans have been playing their cricket here for very long, and it's just such a big moment. It's the inaugural year. Yeah, there may have been some teething problems to begin with, but we are racing away with what we think is a fantastic tournament. Kareem Sadiq, very good with the ball today. Can he emulate that with the bat? That's what Kandahar Knights need. A good, solid opening stand. Even if they don't get 50, 60 in the power play, they lose no wicket, get 40 or so, we'll take it. Imagine the joy. They're not reflecting it in their demeanor, but can you imagine the joy of all those connected with Afghanistan cricket? They finally have their own Premier League. It's right here in Sharjah for the moment, but of course they're all used
Shahidullah, well, 9 wickets for him in his T20 career, 2 for 14 is best. The economy is very decent.
To playing here. A lot of the Afghans have been playing their cricket here for very long. And it's just such a big moment. This is the inaugural.
Under 6. So he'll have a task at hand, bowling with a new ball inside the power play.
Problems to begin with, but we are racing away with what we think is a fantastic tournament. Kareem Sadiq, very
You're
good.
right. I think
today.
one problem that Kandahar have had is start.
Emulate that with the bat. That's what Kandahar Knights need.
The top order hasn't fired. Exactly what I mentioned at the time of toss to Asghar Afghan as well. He did say that they have to get runs. So the first ball of this innings. On the leg side, just darting it through, wanting a single, refused, all happening.
Yeah, well, we'll have to understand that a lot of these guys haven't played together that often, which is always a problem in leagues when they begin. Takes some time for, and these are still the early days of the Gul Bahar Afghanistan Premier League powered by Fog. So maybe a little bit of understanding issue there. Sterling took off, but Sadiq was still ball watching, saying, where'd the ball go after hitting my pads? It was angling down leg, so maybe they missed a trick there. Should have taken the single.
Yeah, you're right, because Paul Sterling's call it was going behind this wicket, just making room for himself once again. That was the arm delivery coming in, not giving much air, and rightly so.
Well, Kareem Sadiq, to me, has been preferred over Brendan McCullum because McCullum is carrying a bit of an injury. He was in the finger region. Again, creating space, and again, I say, very clever bowling by Shahidullah, just following Kareem Sadiq.
I think the better option would be just to play with this full face of the bat. There's a big gap on the onside in the direction of mid-wicket. Just take that single. Right, I think. Don't be in a hurry at all. This time he wanted a single refused by his partner. So really bit of hesitancy in running between the two. You've got to be careful. Yes, no, yes, no. But 4 dot deliveries to begin with. Shahidullah should be pretty happy. First ball of this innings.
Oh, and he just about gets it over short fine.
All happening.
Shahidullah can see the funny side of that, but he almost had his man. And those are the first runs for Kareem Sadiq in the entire tournament. Twice he's batted before, and twice he got out on no score. So, well played, Kareem. Fog maximum. Sterling took off.
Just going over the head of Wayne Parnell at short fine leg. So Kabul
so maybe they missed a trick there. Should have taken the single.
Really hasn't been a great opening stand for them. Oh, that's played well. Cheeky shot as well. Will settle for a couple of runs to win the first over. Rightly so. Takes 6 without loss.
To me, has been preferred over Brendan McCullum because McCullum's carrying a bit of an injury. He was finger region. Again, creating space, and again, very clever bowling by Shahidullah, following Kareem Sadiq.
The better option would be just to play with this full face of the bat. There's a big gap on the onside in the direction of mid-wicket. Just take that single. Don't be in a hurry at all. This time he wanted a single refused by his partner. Really bit of hesitancy in running between the two. You've got to be careful. So decent first over from Shahidullah. Is going to be Parnell from the other end. Last game he was touch expensive, just hurting in his line. Sterling will be on strike for the very first time. Paul Sterling from Ireland. Sadiq getting all the runs, facing all the deliveries in the first over.
And those are the first right, say more than a little bit of pressure on Wayne Parnell because a couple of the overseas pros have been unable to deliver in the tournament so far. Wayne Parnell among them, and Tamal Mills on the other side hasn't delivered so far.
Just going over the head
of there we go. Wayne Parnell every once in a while, really wild, which is
So,
not what his skipper needs, not what his team needs. But he tends to do that in the opening over, bowls a couple of wides and then 4 of them darting straight in. We'll see how it goes hereafter.
I remember vividly starting similarly in the last game as well. They started with a wide, really it was a very expensive over to start with. Captain wasn't very happy, Rashid Khan. As overseas pro, you've got to be up to the mark. Oh, once again, fingers, arms, and that's taken. That's a brilliant catch in the deep. Just freeing his arm, width was there, and that's a big wicket as well. Paul Sterling has to go back.
What a shame from the Kandahar Knights point of view. Was a gimme, well outside. I suppose he was Very unlucky for it to travel virtually straight to third man. At the boundary, moved a few steps to his right, and wasn't that very smartly taken. Jumped at just the right time. I think landed a touch awkwardly, but he kept his wits about him. And Farid Malik will have to say, very special catch. What was that little dance all about? The Wayne Parnell got out of jail there. Could have gone anywhere, perhaps for a Shpakiza. But instead, it's Sterling walking back. Very disappointed. You won't want to see that one right next to his frame walking back. So golden duck for him. 7 for 1 so far. Not what skipper needs, not what his team needs. But he tends to do that in the opening over balls. Couple wide, 4 of them darting straight in. We'll see how it goes hereafter.
Remember vividly, starting similarly in the last game as well. They started with a wide, really very expensive over to start with. Captain wasn't very happy. Rashid Khan overseas pro. You've got to be the mark. So Brendan McCullum, the very experienced campaigner, walks in for the Kandahar Knights. They need somebody to set the tone. Over 9,500 runs for him in his T20 career. No dearth of experience.
What a shame
the
from
striker
the
as well.
Kandahar
138. 50-50s, exactly 50-50s.
Suppose he was very unlucky.
Really, he's done very well all over the world. Parnell, a little lucky, one has to say. Good catch in the deep as well from Farid Malik.
But he kept his wits about him.
Again, flashing at that one, carving it out. That's going to be a 4. Walk boundary of the very first delivery for Brendan McCullum to start with.
Sterling walking back. Very much better. Got much more of the bat than Paul Sterling did. And even though that was up in the air, it was in the gap. And between cover and extra cover, or mid-off really, for a nice for Salureza. Only a man with that kind of experience comes in and knows that even if the first ball is there to be hit, I'm going to hit it. Well played.
That's the problem. He's bowled well, he's got a wicket, but once again earning in his line. And he's here, Brendan McCullum, because this was the wicket of Paul Sterling. Good catch by Farid Malik in the deep. Good anticipation by him.
Well,
so Brendan McCullum,
the catch,
very experienced campaigner,
and very well taken. A couple of yards to further to his right, or of course the other side might have gone or would have gone for a 6. Wasn't to be though.
Oh, wanting a single. Oh, shy at the stumps. Direct hit, he would have been a goner. Brendan McCullum in trouble. Lucky there.
You know, they had a fair amount of time to line it up, but not easy from that angle. And Brendan McCullum was stranded. He gave Kareem Sadiq a look saying, what were you doing? He said, well, this is it, then I'm gone. But luckily for him, it didn't hit. So a little bit of luck now, turning Kandahar Knights' way. Luck not going Paul Sterling's way, but Brendan McCullum lucky to still be there. Got much more of the bat than Paul Sterling did. And even though
that's played well. Oh, misfield. Should have been just a single, resulting in a 4. That's all happening. It's been a mixed bag.
Well, that's a shame because Kabul's 1 hour need to be a lot tighter. They don't have a huge score, nothing near the 200 mark. I think they have maybe 10-15 more than we think Kandahar Knights can chase, but that was particularly inelegant.
It's such a good outfield as well. Lush green, really like a carpet. No excuses out there. Nicely played. He's opening the bat phase, running it away, using the pace of the bowler. 16 for 1.
And very well taken. A couple of yards to further to his right, or of course the other side might have gone or would have gone for a 6. Wasn't to be though.
Oh, wanting a single. Oh, shy in the stumps. Direct hit, he would have been a goner. And McCullum in trouble. Lucky there.
They had a fair amount of time to line it up, but not easy from that angle. And Brendan McCullum was stranded. Gave Kareem Sadiq a look saying, what were you doing? He said, well, this is it, and I'm gone. But luckily for him, it didn't hit. So a little bit of
so not a great start for the Knights. They've lost Paul Sterling early without scoring. Brendan McCullum was lucky the last over could have been run out. He's on 9 of 5. Sadiq 6 of 6. He's the very first over from Shahidullah. He's the one who's going to continue as well, conceding 6 runs in his opening over.
We saw the lineup for the Kandahar Knights, and Ricky Wessels was shown at number 7. I know it's a tricky one here. Where does Asghar actually play him? Because he's playing his first match, but he's known to be a pretty decent bat, average of 30. Maybe he'll come up a little sooner. We'll see. That was particularly inelegant.
You know, honestly, I feel, Charu, as you mentioned about the batting lineup, I feel Asghar Afghan, the experience he's got, is a very capable batsman, captain of the Afghanistan national team. He should be batting at number 4. Because you need somebody to provide that framework. He's capable. You know, this is not a score on the region of 200, 200 plus. You need somebody to maneuver the strike. He's a very capable batsman. Technically very sound. Jamal probably slated next. Then the captain Asghar. Then Najibullah.
Oh, that should be out. Yes, plumb. Karim Sadiq bowled very well today, but didn't really have much of an idea of that one. He's managed to get 4 for 6 actually today. But he gave the umpire a long look now, unless he got a bit of bat somewhere or some glove. That was plumb. And I'm not so sure why he was staring at the umpire, but it's not a very enterprising innings when it comes to an early end.
That looked very adjacent because the pace he is bowling and the kind of shot he attempted, absolutely plumb, I think. Really, no bad in that. Playing the wrong shot, poor shot selection. The finger was up in a flash. Shahidullah getting his first wicket. Sadiq out for 6. It's 17 for 2. Honestly, I feel, Charu, as you mentioned with batting lineup, I feel Asghar Afghan, the experience he's got, is a very capable batsman, captain of the Afghanistan national team. He should be batting at number 4. Because you need somebody to provide that framework. He's capable. You know, this is not a score on the region of 200, 200 plus. You need somebody to maneuver the strike. He's a very capable batsman, technically very sound. Jamal probably slated next, then the captain Asghar, then Najibullah.
Oh, that should be out. Yes, plumb. Karim Sadiq bowled very well today, but didn't really have much of an idea of that one. In walks the beleaguered captain of the Kandahar Knights, Asghar Afghan. He's got a nice 40 earlier on. He can hit the ball a long way. But if the Kandahar Knights were ever to get the better in this match, you've got to have Asghar Afghan and Brendan McCullum getting in the partnership of their lives. Here we go.
Very adjacent because the pace
Well,
he's
it might have
bowling
been
and the
marginally
kind of
pitching
shot he
outside
attempted,
off, but that's going to
absolutely
rocket
plumb, I think.
into
Really.
middle stump.
With that angle created because he's just bowling wide of the crease, so it would have hit the middle stump. Looked absolutely plumb in front. Poor shot selection. Asghar rightly so coming at number 4. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Beautiful shot. That's exactly how you have to go about. Lovely footwork, nimble footed. What a strike.
Take that, says the captain. I'm here and I mean business. Brendan McCullum went across and quickly shook his hand, saying, wow, what a shot. I'd be proud of that. Now played over 350 T20 matches. Fantastic. First ball. The level of confidence there.
Right on the pad, but he was not a few paces.
Ooh, that struck him just outside off, and only because he charged, I think the umpire might have said, well, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let me tell you what, that was likely to be hitting the stumps, and Asghar might have escaped one here. Even Brendan McCullum. In walks the beleaguered captain of the Kandahar Knights, Asghar Afghan. He's got a nice 40 earlier on. He can hit the ball a long way, but if the Kandahar Knights were ever to get the better in this match, you've got to have Asghar Afghan and Brendan McCullum getting in the partnership of their lives. Here we go. Well, it might have been give a quick look to the umpire saying, oh gosh, you're going to raise his finger or what? Middle stump.
With the slightly as you mentioned, the bang wide of the crease, so it would have hit the middle stump. Absolutely also the line of all stump. Oh! Could have been opportunity of stumping. Tough one, never easy. With the pace he's bowling, it's all happening here. That's a lovely shot. Beautiful shot.
Well, I appreciated the confidence first ball, but Asghar Afghan is just overdoing this attacking mode here, dancing down every delivery, and I think very cleverly here, and I mean business. Brendan McCullum went across and quickly shook his hand, saying, wow, what a shot. I'd be proud of that. Now played bowled by Shahidullah, down leg, and had it been collected, that was good. First ball, the level of confidence there.
Right on the pad, but he was not a few paces.
buttons for Asghar Afghan. Just outside off, and only because you charged. I think
But a very good over. It's been impressive. Shahidullah. 3 overs gone. 22 for 2.
And Asghar might have escaped one here. Even Brendan McCullum. In walks the beleaguered captain of the Kandahar Knights, Asghar Afghan. He's got a nice 40 earlier on. He can hit the ball a long way. But if the Kandahar Knights were ever to get the better in this match, you've got to have Asghar Afghan and Brendan McCullum getting in partnership of their line. There we go. Quick look to the umpire saying, oh gosh, he's got a one.
Both the openers back in the hut for the Knights. Couldn't do much. Sadek out for 6. Sterling without scoring. This pair is a very important pair. McCullum, Asghar Afghan, both of them very experienced.
Well, I appreciated the confidence. We'll see that stumping opportunity. Ronke didn't move quickly enough to say Asghar Afghan had possibly managed to get back. Very ungainly.
You know, the role of Parnell is very important here, Charu, because you know, he's got experience. He's played all over the world. He's played for the national side. But he's got to stem the flow of runs from the other end. He's been erratic. He's been erring in his line. I don't know whether he's rusty, hasn't played too much of cricket, what the reason is. He's bowling a lot of wides. That is exactly what he did in the last game as well. It's been impressive.
And a little chat from the captain, Rashid.
22 for 2.
Much better.
Because Shahidullah from the other end, he's building that pressure, he's creating that pressure. He's really bowled well, he's got a wicket as well. He's got to continue the good work from the other end.
You know, I don't know enough about Karim Sadiq's batting ability, but I think that was a real misfit at the opener slot. Did almost nothing to show that he is one of the dependable batsmen. Also remember the 2 ducks in the early innings. So that was a huge punt by Asghar Afghan. Of course, it didn't work out at all. The other wicket, Sterling will have to say was a touch unlucky. But this pair needs to have a partnership of 150 for me. I need to take it all the way through, because I can't really see too many runs being scored by the others, except perhaps Wessels, who's just come into the side.
Oh, that's going to race away. Filing into his circle. Once again, poor line. Not great bowling from Parnell. He's been struggling.
Yeah, he dug it in. No, you can't argue against the fact that the ploy was okay, except it was always going away down to leg. And Asghar Afghan got very nicely inside it. Nice wristy work, just beating man at fine leg, who's inside the circle. So despairing dive.
That is exactly what he did in the last game as well.
And a little chat from the captain, Rashid.
22 for 2.
Much better.
Because you're right about the from the other end. He's building that pressure. He's creating that pressure. He's really bowled well. He's got a wicket as well. He's got to continue the good work from the other end.
You know, I don't know enough about Karim.
The fact that Kandahar haven't had the starts, and that's one big
opener slot. Did almost nothing to show that he is one of the dependable batsmen. Also remember the 2 ducks in the early innings. So that was a huge
problem for them. That's a grey area for them, because whatever score you're chasing.
Sterling will have to say was a touch unlucky. But this pair needs to have a partnership of 150 for me. I need to take it all the way through, because I can't really see too many runs being scored by the others, except
got to get those starts. Got to get at least 40-50 runs on the board. That creates a lot of pressure on the middle order on batsman number 3, number 4. When they arrive, of course, Brendan McCullum today coming at number 3 for the Kandahar Knights.
Dug it in. No, you can't argue.
You really have to work on that aspect.
The ploy was okay, except it was always going away down to leg. And Asghar Afghan got very nicely inside it. Nice wristy work, just beating man at fine leg, who's inside the circle. So despairing dive.
That is exactly what he did in the last game as well.
And a little chat from the captain, Rashid.
22 for 2.
Much better.
The opening partnerships.
This time straight to short fine, and yet, of course, if good starts taken by the non-striker, 99 times out of 100 likely to make it, as Brendan McCullum did. I don't know enough about Karim.
The fact that Kandahar haven't had the starts, and that's one big the need of the hour definitely is that part.
The 2 ducks in the early innings, so that was a
problem for them. That's a grey area for them. Partnership, whatever. Good understanding on that occasion. was off in a flash, very quick, very agile between the stumps.
I need to take it all the way through because I can't really see too many runs being scored by the others except
Got to get those
perhaps
starts as forte. Got to get at least 40-50 runs on the board. Raise a lot of pressure on the middle order on batsman number 3, number 4.
Oh, McCullum will
Of course, Brendan McCullum today come again.
be disappointed. Low full toss, not always easy to hit. The throw comes in
Really have to
pretty sharp. You'd have expected that to at least beat the offside field for a boundary. Wasn't to be.
Yeah, just coming from the two end of the blade, just hearing that sound from the willow, just coming from the two end of the blade. He was well in stretching, doing the basics right. Always a problem when there is yes, no, but once you are through early, always safe. It's again a good run to end the fourth over. It's 31 for 2.
And yet, of course, if good starts taken with a non-striker, 99 times out of 100 likely to make it, as Brendan McCullum did.
The fact that I haven't had starts, and that's one big need of the hour is that partnership, good understanding on the occasion. Off in a flash, very quick, very agile.
The Gulbahar, Afghanistan Premier League, powered by FOG, seen around the world. Of course, very particularly Ariana television network in Afghanistan. And we believe lots of people are tuning into their national league now, and very proudly so. Some terrific cricket being played. T-Sport in India and other channels in different parts of the world. I hope you're all enjoying the action. We certainly are. Some big stars, global stars, participating here, and of course the Afghan stars. And most of them performed really well. Mohammad Shahzad, may I quickly put in my favorite. We got a few favorites here too. Rashid Khan. Pulled away. Saw that early, and I keep talking about the strength, don't I? I promised not to talk about it, but I am again. Very strong, most of these Afghan batsmen. Asghar Afghan lashed onto that quickly enough. I don't think he caught it from the sweetest part of the bat, but still ran away to the boundary.
Yeah, the intent was really good. Fog boundary for the captain, Asghar Afghan. Farid Malik not welcomed well here. Took a good catch in the deep, but change in bowling. And the first delivery being dispatched. Bowling a touch shot. 6 boundaries so far of this innings for Kandahar. They have been getting those boundaries, run rate as well, hovering around 8.5.
So now mid-on's moved to long on, an indication that he'll want to keep it straight, Malik. Because third man had come on up, and you don't want to be moving too far away from off. The slash the drive might get you 4 there. Well bowled.
You know, always watching Asghar Afghan, he's got that calming influence in this batting lineup. Whether he's playing for the Kandahar side or the national side, seen him in the past as well in the international games. He's got that calming influence. Don't see any expressions on his face. Always cool as a cucumber.
Global stars participating here, and of course, the Afghan in contrast, I'll have to say, Rashid's just a shade more animated, but there's a huge difference in age and experience between the two. Rashid Khan. Pulled away. Saw that early, and Asghar Afghan very disappointed. That was a gimme. Very strong. Late on it.
Yes, I think he's been very lucky on that occasion. Malik has got to be bowling up, full end deliveries. Yeah, the intent was with the fine leg fielder and the third man fielder inside the circle. And bowling that shot on this slow-paced surface. Took a good catch in the deep, but change in bowling.
There it is again. And shot the bottom of the bat, but of course trying to pull it from well outside off, never easy. So, as a comparison, even Kabul didn't get off to a flyer. I think in their power play they're only about 37-38. So now mid-on's moved to long on. Through the gap, and that should go all the way. Another Fog boundary, well played, Asghar Afghan. This time better. Ball was outside off, and he found a better line to go through, Asghar Afghan.
Yeah, playing with the tide, beautifully done. Just freeing his arms up, the room was there. Nicely transferring his weight as well into the shot, leading into the drive. Beautiful shot, lovely bat from Asghar Afghan. Since the time Charu has come in, he's looked in good touch. That first shot was absolutely brilliant, stepping down against the left-arm spinner.
To me, he looked a little angry, saying, what? I mean, we've lost 2 wickets for nothing, and, you know, we desperately need a win. I'm going to do it all myself. That first shot was great, and then, of course, he played a couple of excessively aggressive shots. Lucky to still be there, and now he seems to be finding better flow. Asghar Afghan very disappointed.
He knows he's got to hold fort.
Late on it.
getting a single as well. Good batting. Brendan McCullum says, hold on. He was looking for the second here. Asghar Afghan.
Smiles all around. They're all very good friends, of course. This is the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, and lots of these Afghans are very, very close to each other. In the last match, 45 from only 32. And yet, of course, he couldn't do it all. Some big, lusty hitting by Asghar Afghan. Nowhere near the target they required. Left about 13, 14 runs short.
Yeah, the problem is the other batsmen also have to contribute. You know, he's been batting well, he's been timing the ball well. He's been one man sure as far as the batting department is concerned for the Kandahar side.
Ajay, quick guess here.
Playing with the
Kandahar Knights, I mean, I always choose the underdogs, bad habit of mine, but do you think they're going to cross the line today?
I hope so, in context of the league, because they need some points on the table. That's going to be important for them. Oh, trying to cut that one, missing it. Brendan McCullum, end of the 5th over. It's 40 for 2. Against the left-arm spinner.
To me, he looked a little angry, saying, what? I mean, we've lost 2 wickets for nothing, and, you know, we desperately need a win. I'm going to do it all myself. That first shot was great, and then, of course, he played a couple of excessively aggressive shots. Lucky to still be there, and now he seems to be finding better flow.
Moses got a hold forward. Getting a single as well. Good batting. McCullum says, hold on. He's looking for the second here. Asghar Afghan.
Smiles all around. They're all very good friends.
This match very much in the balance. Kandahar needing 134 from the remaining 90 deliveries. Karim Sadiq and Paul Sterling out cheaply. Brendan McCullum dropping down the order today to number 3, and Asghar Afghan just rebuilding things. Their partnership 23 at the moment from 15 balls.
The problem is
Shahidullah,
the batsmen also have to contribute.
a couple of overs for him. Cost of 12 plus that wicket.
One man sure as far as the batting department is concerned for the
And Mr. Campbell alongside me.
Quick guess here. Kandahar Knights, I mean, I always choose the underdogs.
Well,
Bad habit of
7
mine, but
fours and no
cross
6s.
the line today.
It's a rarity in this form of the game, and the power play overs, you're normally used to seeing at least a couple disappearing over the fence. You get to have the first maximum of the innings.
The 5th over, it's 40 for 2.
Right, let's go downstairs to Hamid Hassan and see who he's got with him.
One of the finest batsmen in Afghanistan cricket side, Najibullah Zadran. He's a bit struggling right now about his performance in Asia Cup and also in APL. Let's talk about Najib daga loba stasu da para څنګه اوس په حاله پورې روانه ده د ګټې چانس هم شته کنه دوه میچ هم الریډي بللی دي
هو بالکل ګټه چانس ده چې زمونږ دوه مین بیټسمنان ولاړ دي او ورسره پورې یو څلوېښت رنز دي دوه وکټې تللي نو انشاءالله کوشش کوو چې دا میچ وګټو مونږ ته ووایې تقریبا د ایشیا کپ نه واخله تر اوس ای پی ایل پورې هغه نجیب زدران چې ټول افغانستان د دنیا خلک یې پیژني هغه فارم دی نه ښکاري تر اوسه پورې وجه څه ده هو بالکل کرکټ دا کله سړی فارم کې کله آوټ آف فارم زه خپل هم کوشش کوم چې بیرته فارم ته راشم ځکه مې بیګانه په میټینګ هم کوچ او کپټن ته ویلي چې ماته نن مخکې بیټینګ راکړئ ځکه زما فارم ته راتګ د ټیم دپاره ډېر ضروري زما دپاره هم ډېر ضروري ده او د ټیم دپاره هم ډېر ضروري ده
واقعا ډېر ضرور دی یو اخرنۍ پوښتنه دغه ای پی ایل ستا دپاره د افغانستان خلکو دپاره څه معنا لري
ای پی ایل خو اول خو مننه کرکټ بورډ نه کوو چې دومره غټ اقدام یې وکړو واقعا چې دا یو ډېر غټ اقدام ده زما دپاره او د ټول هغه ځوانانو دپاره چا دپاره چې موقع ورته نوي ځوانانو ته موقع برابرېږي هغو دپاره یو ښه موقع ده چې ځان شو کړي او مخې ته راشي
Thank you. Over to commentary box.
Shahidullah strikes, and what a massive wicket. Brendan McCullum goes. And Kandahar's struggles at the crease continue. McCullum looking to pull. Perhaps it was a little bit too full for the purpose. It skidded on. And he loses his off and middle stump. What a big wicket. For Kabul.
مونږ ته ووایې تقریبا د ایشیا کپ نه واخله تر اوس ای پی ایل پورې هغه نجیب زدران چې ټول افغانستان د دنیا خلک یې پیژني هغه فارم دی نه ښکاري تر اوسه پورې وجه یې څه ده
هو بالکل کرکټ دا کله سړی فارم کې کله آوټ آف فارم زه خپل هم کوشش کوم چې بیرته فارم
McCullum bowled for 13. Kandahar struggling, 43 for 3.
ځکه زما فارم ته راتګ د ټیم دپاره ډېر ضروري زما دپاره هم ډېر ضروري ده او د ټیم دپاره هم ډېر ضروري ده
واقعا ډیر ضرور دی یو اخرنۍ پوښتنه دغه ای پی ایل ستا دپاره د افغانستان خلکو دپاره څه معنا لري؟
ای پی ایل خو اول خو مننه کرکټ بورډ نه کوو چې دومره غټ اقدام یې وکړو واقعا چې دا یو ډېر غټ اقدام ده زما دپاره او د ټول هغه ځوانانو دپاره چا دپاره چې موقع ورته نوي ځوانانو ته موقع برابرېږي هغو دپاره یو ښه موقع ده چې ځان شو کړي او مخې ته راشي.
Thank you. Over to commentary box.
Shahidullah strikes, and what a massive wicket. Brendan McCullum goes. Karim Janat struggles at number 5 in a pressure situation from a Kandahar perspective. Still 131 required by them. And only 85 balls in hand. And they've lost a very big wicket indeed in Brendan McCullum. With Shahidullah now 2 for 15. For Kabul. End of the over, a successful over for Kabul. It's 44 for 3. McCullum bowled for 13. Kandahar struggling, 43 for 3.
Right, end of the power play. So the field restrictions can be relaxed somewhat. Brendan McCullum, that's not a shot he would repeat, I don't think. Didn't pick the arm ball. It was much quicker, and it was through him before he could get the bat down on it. Kept a bit low, you'd have to say, but would have been better served playing straight down the ground, not playing the horizontal bat shot. They're in trouble now. They really are. Kandahar Knights 44 for 3. They're in desperate need of a win. Need to get some points on the board. They're going to have to go some from here, I tell you what, because they're 3 wickets down. Just get the feeling that one of them needs to get stuck and needs to make a big effort. And is that guy, Ashgar Afghan, is he the one to lead from the front? Invariably, when you want to get something going, you need your leaders to step up, and no bigger leader than the captain. Can he get it done? Oh, it's massive. That's huge. Fog Maximum onto the road. Take cover. They're going to need a new ball. That has gone across one road, across the other, and into the shop on the corner.
Well, I was on that carriageway a little bit earlier, just turning into the stadium, and I'm glad there was no cricket going on with Asghar Afghan batting when I was doing that, because that would have landed straight on top of my car. What a shot that was. His first 6 to go with 4 fours, and in fact, the first 6 of the innings. Just what the doctor ordered as far as Kandahar are concerned. It brings up their half-century, and this is very much a case of keeping it in the family from a Kandahar perspective, because Karim Janat is the younger brother of Asghar Afghan. Now the captain goes over extra cover. Spagiza, back-to-back 6s. And he's now put his foot on the accelerator. Wonderful batting. He's targeting Fitratullah. And what will the young wrist spinner have in answer?
Yeah, he's putting him under pressure early, throwing a bit of caution to the wind, taking the attack to the opposition. That's exactly what's required in this sort of situation. No fear batting. And the first one was clipped over the pavilion roof onto the road. This one is an even better stroke. Oh, it's massive. That's huge. Fog Maximum onto the road. Take cover. They're going to need a new ball. That has gone across one road, really is a fine striker of a ball, Ashgar Afghan, and he's not afraid to play the big shots. He's not afraid to take on the bowling. Sometimes, I have to say, he probably goes a little too hard, too early, tries to play too many shots. Oh, it's out, I reckon. That's got to be well bowled, well back, young man. Under the pump for the majority of this over. He's bowled the googly, I reckon. That's just come back a wee bit, hit the front pad right in front of the stumps. And no hesitation from the umpire. So they lose another one to the Kandahar Knights, and they fall even further behind.
Terrific bowling, great comeback from Fitratullah. And not too many doubts about
goes
that
over
one.
extra cover.
The ball just skidding on.
Back-to-back sixes. And he's now put his foot
I
on
think
the
that was a fair enough
accelerator.
decision as far as I was
Wonderful
concerned.
batting. He's targeting
Karim
Fitratulla.
Janat goes for just 2.
What will the young
Kandahar
spinner
now
have
58
to
for
answer?
4.
Yeah, he's putting him under pressure early, throwing a bit of caution to the wind, taking the attack to the opposition. That's exactly what's required in this sort of situation. No fear batting. And the first one was clipped over the pavilion roof onto the road. This one is an even better stroke. Oh, it's massive. That's huge. Bob Maximum onto the road. Take cover. They're going to need a new ball. That has gone across one road, across the other, into the shop on the corner. And he's not afraid to play the big shots. He's not afraid to take on the bowling sometimes.
Mr. Jamal coming in at number 6.
Too hard, too early, tries to play too many shots.
It's looking more and more like the Asghar Afghan show here. A lot of responsibility on the captain. If Kandahar to get across the line, remember they've lost their first 2 games of this tournament. Are they going to go 0 from 3 here? Well, Jamal will certainly have to make a significant contribution alongside his captain if they're to avoid that fate.
Terrific bowling, great comeback from Fitratulla.
It's outside the line. No problems there
Not too
with
many
the
doubts.
umpire.
Goes over extra cover.
He's normally a top order
Skidding
batsman,
on.
Jamal. Comes in at
Sixes.
1 drop, so this is a different position for him. 7 overs bowled, 58 for 4.
I was concerned. Karim Janat goes for just 2. Kandahar now 58 for 4.
He's putting him under pressure early, throwing a bit of caution to the wind, making the attack. No fear batting.
Wickets being lost at regular intervals. It's been the Kandahar Knights' problem throughout this tournament so far, and it's coming back to haunt them once again. They simply haven't been able to get off to decent starts. Responsibility on the captain. If Kandahar to get across the line, remember they've lost Farid Malik. He's going to be operating now from the Sharjah club end. Just the 1 over for him so far. He's taken a fairly acrobatic catch on the boundary.
Jamal will certainly have to make a significant
Going to be up
contribution
against the
alongside his
Afghanistan
if
captain,
they
so
avoid that fate.
pretty good opportunity to impress
Terrific bowling.
Asghar Afghan here.
Fitratulla.
It's outside the line. No problems there
Not too
with
many
the
doubts.
umpire.
Goes over extra cover.
He's normally a top order
Skidding
batsman,
on.
Jamal. Comes in at 1 drop, so this is a different position
Asghar
for
Afghan
him.
now up
7
to
overs bowled,
35 from just
58 for
18
4.
balls, and I would imagine if you're logging on to www.myteam11.com to create your own fantasy team, then Asghar Afghan would be one of your players. If you want to do that, of course, you can go to that website, test your skills, and win big with real cash on offer.
Happy
Wickets
just to
being
dab
lost
it
at
down
regular
the third man.
intervals. It's been the
It was
Kandahar
short and
Knights'
wide.
problem
Just
throughout
can't
this
help but think
tournament
that you
so
want to be
far.
going after those. You want to
Coming
try
back
and
to haunt them once again.
maximise on those sorts of
Haven't been able to get off
deliveries.
to decent starts.
Run rate's not an issue. Required run rate at 9 to the over, so still well in hand. The problem with the Kandahar Knights throughout the tournament has been wickets in hand. Just haven't been able to keep wickets in hand or build a partnership that's been of any worth. And, maybe this is the time for that to happen. He's such a critical man for the side, Asghar Afghan. And he's 35 of just 18 deliveries, but they need a bit more of him. They need him to hang in there for a lot more time.
The encouraging thing from the Kandahar perspective is that he's out there at all, because we saw him coming off at the back end of the Kabul innings. He had to leave the field for the last over, actually. He signalled for the dressing room and he hobbled off. He's showing no signs of that hobbling now. Nasser Jamal, meanwhile, on strike as part of Afghanistan's squad for the World Cup qualifier in Zimbabwe in March. But he didn't feature on the Tour of Ireland in August. Oh, he's hit him. And he's hit him on the side of the helmet. That was nasty. He just got into a very bad position and had nowhere to go.
Nice change of pace there from Farid Malik. He's bustled in and just whipped one down short of a leg. There we go. A bit more action in that, a bit more effort in that. And it's so well directed. He had nowhere to go. I think he thought, can I play this? And he thought, oh, hold on. And he had nowhere to go. Hit him before he moved. It's an excellent delivery, really is. Man for the side, Ashgar Afghan.
One thing about these Afghanistan players, though, they're tough as teak. He hasn't even taken his helmet off. Not a moment's hesitation. He's back to face the next delivery. The thing from the Kandahar perspective is that he's out there at all, because we saw him coming off at the back end.
Oh, he's pulled this one away. Hasn't got all of it. More splicey than middle. Maybe just beaten for a bit of pace again, but at least he's played a shot in anger, not trying to duck this one. Attempted another short one from Farid Malik. Well, this time it's set up, and probably thinks he should have done a bit better with that delivery.
He didn't feature on the Tour of Ireland. Thank goodness for helmets, though. August. Farid Malik perhaps getting a bit giddy there, having struck the batsman on the helmet. Short again. Oh, he's hit him. And he's hit him on the side of the helmet. So far, though, 5 off it. That was nasty. He just got into a very bad position and had nowhere to go. The over, so a tidy over that from Farid Malik. 6 from it.
He's bustled in
64 for 4.
Short of a leg. There we go. A bit more action in that, a bit more effort in that. And it's so well directed. He had nowhere to go. I think he thought, can I play this? And he thought, oh, hold on. And he had nowhere to go. Hit him before he moved. It's an excellent delivery, really is.
Something about these Afghanistan players, though, they're tough as teak. He hasn't even taken his helmet off. With a moment's hesitation, he's back to face the next delivery. Two defeats so far for the Kandahar Knights, and it's not going to get any easier for them after this evening's game, because they'll be up against the Paktia Panthers, who of course last night top 200 to beat the Balk Legends. They've got a couple of wins to their name, Paktia, and then Nangarhar, complete with Ben Cutting and Andre Russell. Goodness for helmets, though. So they really do need a victory here, the Kandahar. Malik perhaps getting a bit giddy there, having struck the batsman on the helmet. Short again.
We've seen some great comebacks from various teams in franchise cricket across the globe. You can forget the Mumbai Indians. They always seem to lose the first few games and then come back to do well in the tournament. You just can't help but think, in a tournament this congested with this few games, you've got to make sure that you're on the board early, just like that call was early, and that enabled Ashgar Afghan to make it through in the end. But they can ill afford to go winless here tonight, the Kandahar Knights, and that'll leave them plenty to do to just make the playoffs. So a crucial game in this competition. Javed Ahmadi was the man collecting and throwing out at the stumps.
2 defeats so far.
Oh, he's got him! No, he hasn't! I thought he had it. I thought he had stuck out the left paw, and I thought he had made the grab.
Of course, last night.
Oh, I tell you what, I think he had it, thought he had it as well.
Got a couple of wins to their names, Paktia, and then Nangarhar, complete with Ben Cutting. He did have it, and then when he just tried to really do need ensure that he retained it, that's when the trouble began.
Do you think he tried to throw that up in the air? I think that's what's happened here. Who could forget what Herschel Gibbs did in the World Cup? I don't know if he's got it and then try to throw it up. Have a look here, you make up your mind up. Maybe I'm doing him a disservice. I just think that he had it and then was thinking of a celebration rather than keeping it in the paws.
He had it between the thumb and forefinger.
Got to make sure that the board,
and then when he tried to adjust his adjust the position of the ball in his hand, that's when he lost it. Wonder whether he could have gone 2 hands as well. It's a reflex action.
Yeah, you're right, the reflex is to just stick out the paw, but I think it came a little more slowly looped to him and probably had ample time to get 2 hands to it in the end. A chance nonetheless, and probably a chance that he would back himself taking 9 times out of 10 at the stumps. As frugal as ever, though, in his first over, Rashid Khan. Just the 3 conceded. 9 bowls, 67 for 4. And I thought he had made the grab. Oh, I tell you what, I think he thought he had it as well.
He did have it. When he just tried to ensure that he retained it, that's when the trouble began.
I think that's what's happened here.
Well, it's the start of the weekend here in the UAE, Thursday night.
Got it, and look here, you make your mind up.
A bit of frustration with those 2 little girls by the seam of it.
Was thinking of a celebration rather than keeping it in the paws.
He had it between the thumb and forefinger. And then when he tried to adjust the position of the ball in his hand, that's when he lost it. So wrist spin from both ends could have gone for Kabul as well.
There's no doubt that there's a lot riding on Ashgar Afghan, and his success in this particular innings would more than likely dictate whether they win or lose. However, there's a bit in the tank. Ricky Vessels, he's a pretty handy player, and he's still to come. Najibullah Zadran as well, he's a pretty handy player as well. So there's a bit in the tank there. So far as the Kandahar Knights are concerned, it's not all over if they lose another one.
They're not about to do that anytime soon. That's over the boundary. Another pod maximum. Spagiza. Just when he needs it, just when he needs that boundary, he's able to find it time and time again, Ashgar Afghan. And it's not out the middle of the bat, but he's such a strong lad, and he's able to muscle it over the boundary for maximum.
Beautiful strike against the spin. That's to the longer boundary here this evening. Here in the UAE by quite some distance. And quicker, flatter ball. Ashgar Afghan just a little bit frustrated that he missed out. Trying to get that ball past backward point and short third man. Tried to adjust his down towards the Sharjah Football Stadium. A wrist spin from both ends. And 6 more. Spagiza.
This is the Ashgar Afghan show. 1 away from a half century. 49 of 23. And 2 maximums in the over. 1 down on 1 knee over mid-wicket. This one a shimmy down the wicket. And a full flow of the bat. He knew straight away he had got all of this one. Up into the night sky. And a long way over the boundary. Clean strike. They lose another 13 off the over thus far.
Anytime soon. That's over the boundary. Another pod maximum.
Try to do the right thing there. He's trying to just nudge it onto the onside. Plenty of open space on that onside. Easy single there. Just didn't get enough bat on it. And it's not out the middle of the bat, but he's such a strong lad, and he's able to muscle it over the boundary for maximum. Yeah, that's short cut away, but there is a sweeper out there. So just the single. 14 off. Halfway. 81 for 4.
Longer boundary here this evening. Here in the UAE by quite some distance. Flatter ball. Just a bit frustrating instead. Down towards the Sharjah Football Stadium. 6 more. Spagiza.
So another 50 for Asghar Afghan. He's really played well. 50 of 25 deliveries. With 50 for him in his T20 career and a strike rate of 200. Really batted well. He's lost partners at the other end, but himself he's held fort. Really batted well. Asghar Afghan has got to pave the way here for his side. A lot will depend on him. Jamal on 7. Shahidullah, he's been very impressive. 2 wickets for him in his 3 overs. Once again, probably some bat to it. Welcome, Charu.
Thank you, Ajay. Very lucky, Asghar Afghan, the skipper. That's, of course, earlier. Just the single, wincing a bit. Nice 50. Well done. Should be a very tired man right now. Jumps out again and had to manufacture that.
Short cut away.
Get only a single.
Sweeper out there. So just the single.
Unable to get a little touch on it.
Off.
And again, Wonky might have been in business.
It's been almost the same story for the Kandahar Knights. They've lost early wickets. Asghar Afghan, of course, brilliant half century. 51 unbeaten, 8 dot deliveries.
Somebody get him some water and a banana quickly. Needs it, deserves it.
Did mention, yes, never easy. This heat must be tiring a bit. Everybody who's come here just loving this innings. He's a national captain as well. Asghar Afghan. For Asghar Afghan, he's really played well. 50 or 25 deliveries. With 50 for him.
He's staged a lone battle, waged a lone battle, hasn't he? When he walked in, he showed a little bit of anger, hitting that 4 off the very first delivery. And I think he's still a little angry because the rest of the team, unfortunately, hasn't been able to perform. And, you know, it's tiring waging a lone battle time and again, and they're still so far away from their target, although they haven't done so badly. They've lost 4 wickets, and that could be a dampener. We know run out of batting pretty soon. That's been their problem, although, of course, Ricky Wessels may be the mystery weapon.
Yeah, you're right. Going to be interesting how he bats here. End of the 11th over, 83 for 4.
Only a single sweeper out there, so just a single. Able to get a little touch
It's almost the same story for our Knights. They've lost early wickets. Asghar Afghan, of course, brilliant half century. 51 and 8 dot deliveries.
Somebody get him some water and a banana quickly. Needs it, deserves it.
Got the banana, as you were mentioning, Charu.
Yeah, well, he's the captain after all. I mean, give him a dozen for heaven's sake, and some water as well. You know, I feel really sorry for him because, as Mergles reminded us, this is of course how brutal he has been this innings, and of course inventive too. He can always catch everything from the middle of the bat, but oh, and the big ones. He hits them so hard. This is a fabulous shot of the match, and then, well, take your pick.
Absolutely amazing, I think, going with the spin. Some lovely hitting from him, clean striking as well. Just picking the spinners early.
Yeah, he still seems to be limping just a bit, but I was referring to the fact that Mergles had reminded us he actually limped out of the ground just before the innings ended when they were bowling. So he's already carrying some sort of an injury, and then to come out now and play this Lone Ranger, tough.
He's got to have company from the other end. It's got to be important because you know, his T20, especially with the required run rate, which is creeping up all the time, hovering around 10 at the moment. Need your partners as well. Just chip in. 90 required of 53. So Rashid Khan, I think his 4 overs are going to be very important. Muslim Musa, another very good all-rounder. 7 wickets for him, 2 for 19, his best. His T20 career. For a decent economy. Got the banana, as you were mentioning, Charu.
He's the captain after all. I mean, give him a dozen for heaven's sake. Yeah, well, he can't play at every ball, and one can understand third man's up. So, just a reminder that Kabul were 86 for 3, they're 84 for 4. So, not too much in it at this point of time, except that extra wicket that Kandahar have lost. But how deep do they bat? And I'm suspecting that only the mystery of Ricky Wessels apart, they may not have too much in the tank. After the spare, that is. Do they take the 2? No.
So, first game for him, and I think it's going to be very interesting how Ricky Wessels really adapts to the situation, to the conditions here. Never easy. So, going to be tough here. So, Asghar has to really bat as long as possible. That Worm just keeping pace at the moment. Remember, they've lost 4 very important wickets here. The Kandahar Knights.
There's some minor acceleration at this point in time for Kabul. So that green run rate line of Kandahar now suddenly falling, and you don't want it to fall too far because already, as you said, it's about 10.5 and over. So that's a pretty stiff ask. How hard does Asghar Afghan go? He's been going hard for what? Well, virtually since the start of the innings. And we know he's carrying an injury, so one false shot, this innings may fall apart for the whole team, that is.
Oh, that's a terrific delivery. He was just getting a bit tired, just playing all over that one. And Musa strike, that's a big one. set batsman, the captain, he's got to walk back. Asghar Afghan after getting a very good half century.
Done in by the slower one. And Muslim Musa, who played a match, then was taken away for a match, comes back into the side for Kabul and does a lot of damage. There it is again. Well, that little leg spinning action. Asghar Afghan was looking for the big one down leg. Came back just a fraction, but really done in because of the slower one. A terrific innings comes to an end. A captain's knock, but it may not be enough today. 52 from just 32, 86 for 5. It's about 10 and a half and over. So that's a pretty stiff ask. How hard does Asghar Afghan go? He's been going hard for what? Well, virtually since the start of the innings. And we know he's carrying an injury, so one falls
Another
shot.
southpaw, he comes to the crease, Najibullah. He's got a task at hand, not going to be easy for Najibullah Zadran. Oh, that's a terrific delivery. He's got a very impressive strike rate,
getting a bit
142.
all over that one.
He's here because of this. This was the wicket of Asghar Afghan playing all over, clearing his pace. Good bowling by Musa. Boxing the captain here,
Done in by
Asghar
the
Afghan.
slow one. And Muslim Musa
wasn't he distraught? Gutted, because he knew so much depended on him, but how much responsibility can one man bear?
Well,
We feel for him. Well bowled though, Musa.
leg spinning action. Asghar Afghan was looking for the big one down leg. Came back just a fraction, but really done in because of the slower
This
one.
part is
A
Rashid
terrific
Khan
innings
still to come,
comes
so
to an end.
those 4
A
overs
captain's knock,
are going to be
but
very
it may not
important.
be enough
87
today.
for 5.
52 from just 32, 86 for 5.
Not a pretty side if you're a Kandahar Knights supporter. Just one half century of Asghar Afghan, of course, played brilliantly. 52 of 32, but the rest of the batsmen just falling apart. Paul Sterling, Brendan McCullum, those big names. Couldn't muster too many runs. Rashid Khan. Well, I think he's got the key once again. He's got Naka picking up wickets.
Well, he hasn't picked up too many in the league so far, but we know he can. And of course, he's kept batsmen very quiet. Now he's dealing with number 6 and 7. So, as you can imagine, he might be right on top. Although, of course, he does have a lefty here. And watch out for the googlies. Well bowled, though, Musa. That's the first of them. You know, I'm a little surprised because they had Ricky Wessels listed at number 7. But in walks Najibullah. So, either Ricky's not 100%, which I don't think is the likelihood. Maybe they just were saving him up for a late onslaught. There's still plenty of time. We'll see.
Yeah, you're right, because normally I think he should be batting up the order. He's got that flair, he can get those quick runs. They need some quick runs here. The Kandahar Knights saw him batted up, probably will be in next. Bowling his overs very nicely. Once again, a googly deceiving the batsman, smiles as well, therefore the skipper, Rashid Khan. Not a pretty side if you're
I don't think Najibullah will be doing much smiling right now. Completely done in by the wrong one. Step forward. Didn't know what's what. Oh, just a terrific delivery from the master of his craft.
You see the line he's bowling around the off stump. Now, that's always a better line against left-hand batsmen. Let him work the ball on the onside, let him play across the line. Mixing his deliveries pretty nicely, wearing his pace as well. Use the crease to very good effect. Rashid Khan just conceded 4 runs so far, bowling his second over. Required run rate just creeping up all the time. Earlier, it was 10.5, now it's 12.
As the first of them. You know, I'm a little surprised because they
Again, a
had,
googly will be a dot delivery. Excellent over from Rashid Khan, 88 for 5.
So either Ricky's not 100%, which I don't think is the likelihood. Just saving up for a late onslaught. There's still plenty of time. We'll see.
You're right, because normally I think he should be batting
largely thanks to the late slogging by Laurie Evans. 57 not out, Kabul's 1 on 173, and we think that maybe 15 runs too many for Kandahar Knights, but that was at the start. Now, I think it's maybe 50 too many. Asghar Afghan, a lone hand, 52 from 32, but nothing thereafter. Paul Sterling, unfortunately, went for a golden duck, and then Brendan McCullum, maybe a little injured, but also couldn't contribute too much. And Asghar Afghan now back in the pavilion will be wondering what might have been. Swung away, and for 6! Whoa, where did that come from? Najibullah does have a terrific strike rate. That was angling down leg, got underneath it really well. That's a Fog Maximum Spagiza.
Not a great delivery. As a bowler, you will be never happy. This angling down, short fine leg field up, inside the circle, the swing of the arms, and there she goes. Poor line as well from Musa. The last over was very impressive from him, getting that wicket of Asghar Afghan. Not a great start here.
It just goes on to show, Ajay, all of us keep saying right-left combination at the crease, and you know the bowlers might find it a little difficult. A lot of people might wonder why, because it's so easy to adjust. Well, it's not. Every once in a while you do bowl a loose delivery, goes for maximum. Oh, straight up. That's it. Goodbye. A 6 and out.
Soft dismissal. Once again attempting that same pull shot. This time just scooping it up. Easiest of catches for Musa. He's got his man. He's got that revenge back. Was hit for a 6 and then getting a wicket here. Good bowling from Musa. In a great position. Not a great transfer of weight as well. Knew exactly what had happened. Waiting for that catch and says thank you very much. Najibullah has to walk back out for 8 of 8 deliveries. Was bowled by Musa.
For 6.
94 for 6.
Oh, where did that come from? Najibullah does have a terrific strike rate. That was angling down leg. Got underneath it really well. That's a Fog Maximum Spagiza.
Not a great delivery. As a bowler, you will be never happy. It's angling down, the short fine leg field up, inside the circle, the swing of the arms. There she goes. Poor line as well from Musa. The last one was very impressive from him. Getting that wicket of Asghar Afghan. What a great start here.
This goes on to show, Ajay. All of us keep saying right-left combination.
The new man, the crease, playing his first game in this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. Ricky Wessels, right-hand batsman, almost nearing that 5,000 mark. He's got some experience behind him as far as T20 is concerned.
A 6 and out. Well, I don't know whether Asghar Afghan left instructions for him to come at number 8, but a batsman with his experience, his strike rate, his average of 30, coming far too late in the context of this match. But he is playing his first match, and maybe Asghar Afghan thought that he just needs to see more of what's going on, although he was the keeper, so we've seen very closely how the pitch is behaving. Here we go. That's the last throw of the dice for Kandahar Knights. They desperately need a win. And Ajay, I fear it may not come tonight.
But he's done a good job, Musa. He's really been very impressive. Bowled the right lines up, got that big wicket of the captain Asghar Afghan, wearing that pace, playing all over that one. Was disappointed. Najibullah just going for the pull shot. Just got a 6 under his belt. Once again trying the same shot, but not in a great position. Poor shot selection from him.
Yeah, it just wasn't short enough. I don't know where that pull shot came from, but it only meant a long walk back to the pavilion. A long side walk, because I'm sure he came in with a fair amount of reputation, Najibullah, ahead of Wessels Jr. And he had a terrific strike rate as well. So maybe the captain said, listen, you go in there and you thrash it around because we desperately need the runs and we need them quickly. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for him.
This camp should be very happy. He's Strick, the coach of the Kabul side.
Well, I don't know whether Asghar Afghan left instructions for him to come at number 8, but batsman.
The problem is for Ricky Wessels, really has to look for that boundary every over. The required run rate now almost nearing the 13 mark. Can't be taking too much of time. Rashid Khan bowling from the other end.
And he's one of the quickest bowlers in the world, as in speed of the over. Oh boy, I think the last one he took just about a minute and a half or less. And he knows his ability, he's supremely confident. So I suspect Kandahar Knights are in for much more trouble from the other end when
the right lines up, got that big wicket of the captain Asghar Afghan.
Rashid Khan continues his spell.
Disappointed. Oh, trying that sweep, cheeky shot, appeal as well, probably some bat in it. End of the 14th over, 95 for 6 from him.
Yeah, it just wasn't short enough.
They lost their way. The Knights 43 for 3 at one stage, then 58 for 4. They lost those 4 big wickets very early. Last ball previous over was a close shout as well, trying that cheeky shot. Or probably getting some glove to it.
Yeah, it was all glove, matter of fact. It was another slower one. And Jamal just walked across very lazily. It was too full for that. He's just very lucky that he got a lot of glove, otherwise would have clattered onto the stumps.
Or less. He knows his ability.
Watch out for the speed of the Rashid Khan over. Last over gave only 1 run in 1.5 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think he's one bowler who accepts that challenge because he loves bowling in the death overs, in the last few overs. Bowling his 3rd over once again has been very economical. Similar thing happened with him in the last game as well. I think 4 overs, 13 runs. Didn't pick up too many wickets, but really stemmed the flow of runs. The captain, always the least from the front, Rashid Khan.
In a class of 1, Rashid Khan with his bowling ability here. Just a little fine-tune. His field. Short for a change, and I think there was an inside edge there. Tough for Ronke. Big dive put in, well done. And they're so far ahead, the Kabul's one on, yet they're diving around the field. Terrific commitment.
Yeah, absolutely. Big man Parnell doing a very good job there, sliding, diving, saving a few runs. They lost their way. Exactly what the captain was, that commitment on the field. 58 for 4. They lost those 4 big wickets very early. Last ball previous over was a lovely dive near the skirting, never easy. Keeping his composure there, sliding the ball in.
It was another slower one.
Good camaraderie between the two.
Jamal just walked across very lazily. It was too full for that. He's just very lucky that he got a lot of glove. Otherwise,
once again, Googly didn't read it. Not going to be easy for him here, Jamal.
It was just a wild heave. Knew nothing about it. That's not very elegant at all. And the rest of the batsmen coming in must be saying, well, can we just wave the white flag here? So it seems. Being a little unfair. Very far behind now, asking rate almost 14. And you got a man like Rashid Khan who gives nothing away. Couldn't get tougher for the Kandahar Knights.
That's high up in the air. He's running behind. Not going to be easy for Rashid Khan. Oh, what a try. Absolutely brilliant.
Just a little fine-tune.
I think for that try, should be getting 100 out of 100. Never easy.
Yeah, of course, it was longer and long off also racing in, and perhaps they would have been better served had Rashid just said yours rather than mine, because he's running backwards. Diving around the field. Terrific
running backwards and the ball drooping over the shoulders, never easy. Oh, what an effort. Good job there. Very difficult for him. Saving a few runs. Because he had said already mine, then he really the fielders at long on just stopped. Wait for the captain.
Running backwards sounds funny. So he was running with his back to the ball better.
Lovely dive near the skirting, never easy. Another googly. Disguising beautifully Rashid Khan. Mixing his deliveries. The 100 up with that single.
I'm afraid too much to do for the Kandahar Knights, and there'll be 3 losses on the trot. Very difficult to climb back up from there. Just a wild heave. Knew nothing about it. That's not very elegant.
Oh, that's struck.
The rest of the batsmen coming in.
That's going to be a fork maximum. Sparkiza to end the over. And 6 for 6.
Very far behind now. Asking rate almost 14. And like Rashid Khan gives nothing away. Couldn't get tougher for the Kandahar Knights.
That's high up in the air. He's running behind. Not going to be easy for Rashid Khan. Oh, what a try. Absolutely brilliant. I think for that try, should be getting 100 out of 100. Never easy.
Yeah, of course, it was longer and longer, also racing in, and perhaps it would be better served. And Rashid just said, yours rather than mine. Backward.
It's looking a very tough assignment here for Kandahar. 68 from the last 5 overs. This is how the previous over ended. Very good shot indeed by Jamal. Still,
so he was running with his back to the ball.
very tough task. Not often you get hit for 6, Rashid Khan, is it? And a little bit of a look there at the batsman as that ball sailed over the boundary. Now, Muslim Musa, who's bowled very tidily so far today. 2 overs, 2 for 11.
Too much to do for the Kandahar Knights, and there'll be 3 losses on the
Hamid Hassan alongside me. Hamid, have Kandahar got any chance at all here?
It's everything possible in cricket. It's not a tough task, but the only things, they don't have a much wickets in hands. They didn't get a proper partnership. The only one player who got 50 was captain. He lead it from the front. After that we can see only Nasir Jamal who got 19 runs. But it's still like a half chance game for Kandahar if one batsman can stick. Oh, that's a big one! Maximum Fox Pakiza from Nasir Jamal through mid-wicket.
Well, he's attempted that shot a few times in this innings. He hasn't always got it out of the middle of the bat, but he got that one out of the middle of the bat, no question about that. What a hit.
Outstanding shot. This is the over that Nasir Jamal will be looking, because Muslim Musa is not quick enough and he have to take his chances in this over. If they get another 2 boundaries, there is a possibility to chase the runs, but you never know.
That ball sailed over the boundary. Now, Muslim Musa, who's bowled very tidily so far today. 2 overs, 2 for 11. The coach of Kabul, he won't be relaxed yet. Hassan alongside me.
And Naveed Saim, manager,
got any chance
always smiling. It's everything possible in cricket. Same look like Cash Ahmed, always smiles. But the only things, they don't have a much wickets in hands. They didn't get a proper partnership.
Just a single. Laurie Evans down at long off.
Lead it from the front. After that we can see only Nasir Jamal. Nasir Jamal is such a wonderful player in middle order for Afghanistan. He played many matches and he has a lot of experience of under-19. He was a captain for under-19. Team is expecting something special from him tonight.
He's attempted that shot a few times in this innings. He hasn't always... Ricky Vessels, plenty of experience in subcontinental conditions. He's played for stick cricket in Sri Lanka as well. So he understands these conditions, but, well, it really is a tough assignment. Better than 2 runs a ball required at the moment.
Both are very well experienced players, and they have to target at least in over 12 to 14 runs. But the man, it's very difficult to play him, Rashid Khan. He's the man. It's unplayable and they have to take the chances, because after that it's only 24 deliveries remaining and Rashid got, I think, a couple of overs. 1 over in a very special over.
Laurie Evans down. Yes, 3 overs for 15 for the captain so far. Oh, lovely pickup. Big hit. Oh, he's done it again, Jamal. In fact, no, that's Ricky Vessels this time. End of the over, 122 for 6. Ricky Vessels, plenty of experience in subcontinental conditions. He's played for Shahzalbi. He's played domestic cricket in Bangladesh. He's played domestic cricket in Sri Lanka as well. So he understands these conditions, but it's a tough assignment. 6 bowlers used so far. And overs in hand for Parnell, Farid Malik, Fitratullah, Rashid Khan and Muslim Musa. So the captain has a few options there at the back end of the innings.
Shahidullah outstanding tonight. 4 overs, 18 runs, 2 wickets. And he got some runs in batting. They have to take the chances. What a shot. Outstanding. That's the beauty of whistle. Picked it quickly. One Parnell. Shot. Straight to the fielder. Oh, it's dropped it. Half chance.
Oh, lovely pickup. Yeah, I'm not sure that carried. Big hit. Laurie Evans had a decision to make there. Did he hang back and prevent the boundary, or did he go for the catch, risk missing it and conceding the boundary?
I think he was double mind. Should I go for a catch or should I stop the boundary? Half chance.
Yeah, reached him on the half volley in the end, and you could see his immediate reaction was, oh, should I have gone for it?
Maybe. It's a good comeback from Parnell. First 2 ball, 2 runs.
Yeah, the problem they have here, Kandahar, they've lost 6 wickets, but in addition to that, 6 of the remaining deliveries are going to be bowled by Rashid Khan. You'd reckon if you get a run of ball off him, you'll have done well. 3 overs for 15 for him so far. So really and truly, this over from Parnell needs to go the journey.
Yeah, Shahidul outstanding tonight. 4 overs, 18 runs, 2 wickets. Yeah, if Nasir Jamal on strike to face Rashid, he know him very well. If he try his sweep shot or try to hit mid-wicket, maybe he can get some boundary. But as I said before, Rashid is a very difficult bowler to play. And he cannot give you weight or any loose delivery to hit a 6 or a boundary.
Carried. Laurie Evans had a decision to make there. Did he hang back? Oh, that'll do. Very fortuitous boundary for Ricky Vessels, but Kandahar will take everything on offer.
A lucky boundary. Welcome boundary for Kandahar. All maximum Fox Saloreza. Thank you, Charu.
Unlucky for the bowler, especially with fine leg up in the circle, but that's the nature of the game, particularly at this stage of a 2020 innings. Yeah, the problem they have, smiles out in the middle for the Kandahar batsman. 6 wickets, but in addition to that, 6 of the remaining deliveries
a tough game.
Bowled by
45 runs, 20 deliveries. Another shot through mid-wicket. They're looking for 2. Comfortable 2 runs in the end.
Over from Parnell needs to go the journey. I saw Ricky Vessels downstairs briefly between innings. He was explaining to me that he only flew in here on Tuesday.
Nasir Jamal on strike.
So he hasn't had a lot of time for acclimatisation, and even though it's a pretty mild spell in the UK at the moment, still having to get used to these sorts of temperatures is quite an ask. He clubs this one down towards long on. He's hit it reasonably well, but they'll just get the single. The end of the over, 11 runs from it, 10 runs from it in fact, 132 for 6. Boundary for Ricky Vessels, but Kandahar will take everything on offer.
Lucky boundary, welcome boundary for Kandahar. Maximum Fox Saloreza. Thank you, Charu.
Bowler, especially with fine leg up in the circle, but that's the nature of the game, particularly at this stage of a 2020 innings. Smiles out in the middle for the Kandahar batsman. That's the next match, the first of 4 double-header days here at the Gul Baha Afghanistan Premier League, powered by FOG. We've got the Nangarhar Leopards up against the Balk Legends. The Legends, of course, including Chris Gale. They lost last night. Can they bounce back tonight? Here's Rashid Khan's last over. Oh, and Ricky Vessels missed out there. Rare full toss from Rashid.
A crucial over in this time for Rashid especially. You have to looking at least give 5 to 4 runs or 6 runs, and he's very difficult bowler as I mentioned. And Nasir Jamal will be looking for the boundary. He can capable to hit sweep shot and slogging. Oh, that's a edge over the point region for 4. Fog maximum 4 runs. Saloreza.
Well, again, not off the middle of the bat, but again, Kandahar will take it. If you're going to swing, swing hard, particularly at this stage of the innings. He was looking to go over extra cover, but in the end, got some fortune. And again, a big swing and the desired result. Well, 2 edges, 2 fours, and all of a sudden Rashid Khan under a little bit of pressure here.
Nasir Jamal wouldn't mind that, but Rashid do, because everything is going to Kandahar ways, and Nasir Jamal is just swinging his bat, but lucky he got 2 boundaries back to back. Struggle in his early innings, and right now he's flying.
Last night. Can they bounce back tonight?
Let's see what's he got next after Rashid.
Here's Rashid Khan's last over. Have to run for everything, don't they, Kandahar? That takes the partnership up to 48 from 26 balls. It's a late rally from Kandahar. Is it too little too late, though?
They will take that. It's not a bad start. Very crucial partnership in this time. If they get some partnership in early, so that's very close. Like close. He put his bat.
Well, did he ground his bat there? Middle of the bat. Again, let's have another look here. Is the bat down? Swing hard. I think it is. Stage of the innings. He was looking to go over extra cover. In the end, the umpire's having a look at this. It's a lazy piece of running by Ricky Vessels. And again, a big swing and
he's
the
in.
desired result.
Like
well, 2 edges, 2 fours. And all of a sudden, Rashid Khan.
This is not a good effort from him, especially in this time. But Rashid do, because
he gets the benefit of the doubt from the 3rd umpire, and he's back on strike. Ricky Vessels, 20 from 13 balls.
Back to back. Struggle in his early innings. This can be a tougher. 32 runs, 14 deliveries. Whistle on strike.
Short and pulled away, out towards deep mid-wicket. There's a man there, and he's got all the way for 6. Didn't get it off the middle of the bat, Vessels. But that's the 150th 6 of the tournament. Spagiza.
Yes, Spagiza from Captain Whistle batsman, and he pulled it through mid-wicket in a nice one. Very close. It's a bad delivery from Rashid. He cannot bowl here. If you bowl, you'll get a punishment.
Oh,
you beauty!
22 off Rashid Khan's over. Oh, this match is very much alive. Wonderful stuff. And all of a sudden now, Kandahar have moved on to 154 for 6. Running by Ricky Vessels.
He's in. This is not a good effort from him, especially in this time.
Gets the benefit of the doubt from the 3rd umpire. And he's back on strike, Ricky Vessels, 20 from 13 balls.
This can be a tougher. 32 runs, 14 deliveries. Whistle on strike.
Short and pulled away. Out towards deep mid-wicket. Absolutely nowhere. We've got a game on our hands here and no mistake. 22 off that last over from Rashid Khan. He's finished his spell, 4 overs for 37. And now 20 required of 12 balls. This partnership is now 60 off 28. Vessels and Jamal have really pulled their side up by the bootstraps.
Would you believe that? 22 runs from Rashid Arman last over. It's amazing batting from Nasir and Whistle. Really 10 runs per over.
22 off Rashid Khan's over. And there's a man down at long on and it's out. Rashid Khan. The catch taken, and all of a sudden Kandahar's rally has it come to an end. Nasir Jamal, a really, really good innings from him in the context of the match, but that came off somewhere near the toe of the bat, and the captain was in the right place at the right time to take the catch.
A miscue shot from Nasir Jamal, couldn't middle it, but finally you have to go back to pavilion. Such a crucial time, he gave his wicket in this time, like only 10 runs. 38 of 30 balls, 154 for 7.
12 balls. This partnership is now 60 of 28. Vessels and Jamal have really pulled their side up by the bootstraps. Mohammed Naveed in at number 9. He's at the non-striker's end because the batsman did cross. And he can hit a long ball. Vessels is on strike now. Oh, that's cute. That really is. There's a man down at long on. Good bit of field placing. Hasratullah was a little bit backward of square, a deep backward square, and he keeps the batsman down to a single.
This game is just turning tense by tense every single delivery, and what a crucial wicket for Kabul's one-on of Nasir Jamal. Such an important time for both teams, and they finally picked up Nasir Jamal wickets. Finally, Naveed, he can hit a ball long away. Such a crucial time, he gave his wicket in this time.
Well bowled by Parnell. Just the single, and singles don't cut it at the moment for Kandahar. Let's have a look at Rashid Khan's last over. 22 from it. Some fortune for Nasir Jamal initially. A couple of very streaky boundaries. But then Vessels, a powerful pull for 6. And then a wonderful drive over long on.
Class shots in last over from both batsmen, especially Vessel.
Well bowled. Very well bowled. And Wayne Parnell showing his experience. Remember, he was part of the Worcestershire side that won the 2020 competition in the UK this summer. And so he knows what he's doing at this end of the innings.
Oh, that's cute. That really
yeah,
is.
have to bowl here. Otherwise, they're only waiting for the bad delivery or half volley. So the best area and best line length so far is the Yorker or slower one. And now he's executing his plan and using his variations.
It's over the offside. They'll only get one. Javed Ahmadi out on the cover boundary.
What an over so far. Only 4 runs conceded and 1 ball remaining. It will be a changing over for the Kabul's one-on. So who will be the last bowler to bowl the last over? He will be thinking.
Look at Rashid Khan's last over.
He will be very nervous.
From it. Some fortune for Nasir Jamal initially. A couple of very streaky boundaries. Heaved away towards long on. Rashid Khan is there. It means that Ricky Vessels will keep the strike for the last over. So with 1 over remaining, 16 to win. It's 159 for 7. Well bowled. Very well bowled. Wayne Parnell showing his experience. Remember, he was part of the Worcestershire side that won the 2020 competition in the UK this summer. So he knows what he's doing at this end of the innings.
Yeah, has to ball here. Otherwise, they're only waiting for the bad delivery or half volley. So the best area, best line length so far is the Yorker or slower. Executing his plan, using his variations. Such a lovely over from Wayne Parnell. Just only 5 runs in crucial time. The best way he bowled was Yorker in full length, and batsman was rushing to hit it hard, but they couldn't manage to hit it. They have to wait and come the ball on bat, but they tried to hit it hard, and they couldn't find any gaps. A successful over in the end from Parnell, 15 from last 6 deliveries now.
And the man who has to deal with this pressure cooker situation is Farid Malik. 2 overs for 15 for him so far. Is he capable of dealing with this sort of situation, Hamid?
I'll tell you what, many times, especially in this situation, he gives runs easy, like 17, 15 runs he's giving. But let's see what he got tonight. Something different or something any special. Can he handle this pressure now? Afghanistan Premier League.
Moved away.
And Farid Malik is here for the last and final over.
And his figures in the tournament so far: 3 overs, 1 for 41 against Paktia, 3 overs for 25 against Bulk, and 3 overs, 1 for 34 against Nangarhar. So he's gone the journey. And he's up against a very, very experienced player. Ricky Vessels, 35 from 18 balls, and that includes 3 sixes.
Outstanding from Whistle. Remarkable batting so far. And Farid Malik will be thinking what I have to do to whistle, because if he ball his own strength like a Yorker and slow run on right area, he will be successful.
Well, the good news as far as Farid Malik is concerned as well is that certainly in terms of Vessel's leg side options, it's the longer boundary. There you can see it. That is the longer boundary that Vessels will be hitting to if he hits on the onside. Rashid Khan is there. It means that Ricky Vessels will keep the strike for the last over. And straight and drill down to long off. That's a really good start to the over by Farid Malik.
That's what you have to bowl here. A lovely start from Farid Malik. First ball, Yorker full length. It's very difficult to get it. And Farid Malik will be nervous and thinking also, because he don't want to take any chance.
1 over remaining,
That's
16 to win. It's 159 for 7.
Whistle can a capable of batsman. He can hit the through mid-wicket easy.
Very well bowled. Again, good bowling. Happy to give up the single. Wayne Parnell had extra cover, but Mohammad Naveed could do nothing with that, just looking at the toe of his bat. That's 2 really good deliveries to start this over, and now it is a very difficult assignment indeed. That's 13 required from 4 balls.
Outstanding comeback in the last 2 overs, especially last 8 balls. As I mentioned before, Farid, he's doing his right job. Such a lovely over from Wayne Parnell.
Vessels goes over extra cover. Has that got enough on it to get to the boundary? It has. Great shot.
What a shot for 4 runs. Maximum Fox Saluriza from Whistle. A half volley, tried to bowl a fuller, but he couldn't bowl the full line length. And Whistle managed to put the ball true to the cover for 4 runs. 15 from last 6 deliveries now.
Went deep in his crease there. And the man, chance for Laurie Evans to get round. 9 off 3.
What a game, what a game. 3 ball, 9 runs. Everybody will be thinking and nervous. Who's gonna the winner? I'll tell you what.
Well bowled, terrific bowling. Vessels examines the bottom of his bat, but again, a really good Yorker. This has been a terrific over from Farid Malik so far.
Outstanding comeback from Farid after hitting a boundary. Now a Yorker delivery. Classic. That's a wonderful line and length. Very difficult to manage to hit this ball.
Well, 2 4s, remember, will give us a super over.
You never know.
His figures in the tournament so far.
Who will be the hero for this game tonight?
Against Paktia, 3 overs for 25 against Bulk, and 3 overs, 1 for 34 against Nanga. Oh, it's past Vessels on the full toss, and it looks as though Kabul are going to get across the line. Vessels, 35 from 18 balls.
Well done for it. Such a wonderful bowling from him, especially the last over. And there you can see smile of Ronki, and Farid he missed the full toss. He will be disappointed. He almost lose the game.
Third man was up in the circle there, any sort of edge at all, and that would have raced away for 4. News as far as Farid Malik is concerned as well. Farid Malik, is that, can he close things out now? Last ball. Leg side options. Vessels goes down towards long on. It's all the way for a 6, but it's not quite enough. Heroic effort from Ricky Vessels in his first match of the tournament. 46 not out from 23 balls. But what a thriller we've had here in the end. Kandahar chasing 174. Miss out by just 2 runs. Victory for Kabul, and Kandahar still winless.
Yeah, unfortunately, no win so far for Kandahar. Outstanding performance from Kabul Zwanan again. In the way Whistle batting in the end was outstanding. But the only thing I have to say, well bowled from last 2 overs, especially from Parnell and Farid Malik. There he is, he can see the enjoyment. And he is happy. Well done.
How many times do you see a bowler celebrating being hit for 6? Do nothing with that.
I think he will be the first one.
It's 2 really good deliveries to start. Oh, it's a really good last over that actually from Farid Malik. It doesn't tell the story, the fact that it went for 12 runs because he was bowling under extreme pressure. But he got his Yorker pretty much spot on for most of that over.
Yeah, I have to say, credit goes to Parnell last over. Outstanding. He gave only 5 runs and led 16 runs to
Vessels goes over extra
Farid
cover.
Malik.
Has that got enough? So let's have a look at the Kandahar Knights scorecard. And unfortunately, from their perspective, it was a shaky start, which cost them dear. Asghar Afghan, the captain, terrific effort from him. 52. Nasser Jamal, 38 in quick time. And then Ricky Vessels in his first match of the tournament, coming in and playing a fantastic knock, but it wasn't quite enough. Handshakes all round at the end of, well, one of the most thrilling games we've seen so far in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by FOG. Let's have a look at the bowling card, and Hamid Hassan alongside me. Pretty good bowling effort this from Kabul.
Very special bowling, especially from Shahidullah, 4 overs, 18 runs, 2 wickets. Fanel, 4 overs, 34 runs, 2 wickets. Farid Malik, outstanding in last over. Fitratullah, 2 overs, very expensive, 28 runs. And Rashid, 4 over, 37 runs, expensive also. Muslim Musa, 3 over, 27, 2 wickets. Such a good performance from them.